Okay, we're live. I think, I hope. Stream is being a pain, but... Hey everybody, Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel, coming to you live from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 2:19 in the morning. I waited up tonight because I knew the Anor server, which is what I'm on right now, is going to be launching. And there was a queue. It was up an hour ago. It took me about 15 minutes to try and get into this server because there was a queue, a login queue. And when was the last time you could actually say I was in a login queue for Lord of the Rings Online? I can't remember. Probably Isengard, the Rise of Isengard expansion 7 years ago now. And so this is a good sign. It's a good sign because I think there's over about 2,000 to 3,000 players trying to get in at launch itself an hour ago. So there's lots of people complaining about, you know, the server, what's their capability, why wasn't there any foresight about the amount of players coming in. You know, to me, on the neutral side, double-edged sword. One, the popularity of this new server is through the roof. The downside is now we see the sort of technical limitations that Standing Stone games have with LOTRO. There's no mega server technology that can incorporate a mass amount of players in one server. Anyway, it's cool though. I'm here on the login screen. This is the classic game music that you're hearing right now from Shadows of Angmar, and I know I've got the volume down, but it's old school. Sadly, I can't say the same for in-game mechanics because it's going to be using current day LOTRO mechanics, trait trees, all that good stuff, but it caps at level 50, so let's see what else is in there. I've already created a character because I was afraid I was going to get logged out because of that server queue, and he is going to be a manhunter from Dale, so I'm going to be jumping into the tutorial. Real quickly, I want to say hi to everybody in chat real quick. We got Orange Shire, also after hours. Little Insane MD, what up? We got Tom Gar says, new server, what's the difference? Plenty. First of all, it caps at level 50, so it's only at the Shadows of Angmar. And as I play through the tutorial, I'll tell you guys more about this if you're hearing about this for the first time. We've got Menthy and Wiga, family combo here. Good morning, Haffle says Menthy. Good morning, Menthy. And we got Wiga with the, is that a chicken? As usual. Hello, Wiga. Alright, let's go in. Let's jump in. So, because this is a new character on a new server, I'm going to have to do the tutorial again. And I hope... Yep, there we go.
Brigands upon the road leads to captivity. You awaken with the Ranger Strider before you. As he urges you to act quickly, you realize you have become involved in matters much greater than yourself.
This is the old school tutorial, you guys. It's been so long since I've done the Race of Man tutorial. Other races will have their own tutorials. So that is Strider, of course, Aragorn right in front of us. First thing you'll notice is that my UI is pretty clean. If you came from the other live servers, you probably have plugins already. I turned mine off because I want to do it in a very nostalgic sort of classic look, right? So the first thing I'm going to do here is play around with some stuff. You hit the control and / button to move your UI around. There's just some handy tips for new players out there. What I like to have is all my vitals right down here in the middle. And yeah, if you're watching LOTRO for the first time, it's a pretty traditional MMORPG, WASD to move. This is my character. He's going to be a hunter, as I said. And the reason I picked a hunter is because of the travel. Hunters can port around solo and they can port others around as well. So I'm going to have to do all this tutorial over again, which is, it's going to be a while. So yeah, I'm going to be nerding and geeking out. Because it's been so long. So I'm going to click my satchel here. This is going to teach you how to equip your items. I feel young again. Oh my god, my bags. So yeah, what I like to have is all my inventory sorted into one giant bag, and you can't do that. I'm not going to do that now because it's going to take some time. I can't even find my... There we go. So seize your character panel here. And dagger. Alright, what do you got, Strider?
Hurry, friend. We must test your will to fight.
So the tutorial here is really Strider's kind of breaking us out. If you're playing a Race of Man, we're in jail for some reason, and Aragorn's breaking us out. So let's go ahead and continue this. Oh, man. He wants to fight us to try out our skill in combat. Pretty much tap target, you just stand still and... hit your enemies in the face. And the reason I picked a hunter is because my main class on LOTRO for the past, I don't know how many years, has been a captain. So I thought
done.
for
Let
this
us press
server,
on.
I'm going to be picking the class that I played the least over the last 7 plus, almost 8 years now, and that's going to be the Hunter. Hunter and Lore Masters are the least played class in my LOTRO lifetime, I should say. So for this server, I thought why not give the Hunter some love, and also because, as I said, alongside the Warden, those travel ports will be absolutely handy, especially on a new server and moving around Angmar and getting to all the important locations.
Here is where we must part ways.
Okay, so jailbreak. Aragon's gonna go and free some other people, and I'm gonna do the same. Based off memory, there's a couple of hobbits in here that needs helping. Oh, here we go. So the Hunter, LOTRO has a bunch of classes, and the Hunter is pretty much your standard pew pew. For those that have never played LOTRO, just think of Legolas. That's pretty much it. Stand and pew pew. But once you get your trait trees, you can move between the blue line, and it's got some mobility in here because for a range class right now, I can't move a lot. Alright, meantime, while I get through this, I am going to check in on chat real quick while I move this along. Punk says, nostalgia incoming. Hey, Punk. He says, yo. Wigga says, Hunter, yup. We got Lady Irene in chat. Hello. She says, caught you online again. Finally. Such nostalgic stuff. I remember playing LOTRO way in the beginning. Yep. I was a freshman in college when I first started playing this. When it first went free to play. So that's a long time ago. Although I may look like I still am a college student. I am not. I've been blessed with that sort of gene. Young, but not young. So yeah, it's been a long time. Okay, here's the little hobbit that we're trying to save here, and now we're gonna kill the big baddie. So like I said, every race will have their own individual kind of tutorial area that just teaches you how the basics. Everybody on this server right now, and I know there's a lot of us, I can't wait to see what heading to places like Archet, which is the first town that you come out of from the race of man, and heading to Bree for the first time, what is the frame rate gonna be like? Oh my god, there's gonna be a lot of people trying to catch up there. Okay, so Mondo's gotta go. Not much of a challenge, really. Once I'm out of this first phase of the tutorial, then we can look at some stuff. What does this legendary server have that the live servers don't? The FAQ put out by Standing Stone Games didn't really elaborate too much on the other stuff, so we'll also open up the LOTRO store. Let's see what items are on sale on the LOTRO store. Okay, come on. Let's go find Strider and Umdir. Umdir, that's a name I haven't heard in forever, man. Umdir. So Umdir will play a key part in LOTRO's main story, which is known as the Epic Books, moving forward.
To the shadow, fallen king.
And there we have it. That's a Black Rider right there. And that's Umdir. I'm smiling. This is nostalgia, man. Okay, he's pretty much set the entire little place on fire.
Begone, foul spawn! You will not harm these folk.
That's Aragorn. Hero of the day as always. I just can't get over the Hunter early armor. It just looks absolutely hideous. So this is Umdir. He's injured. Pretty much got stabbed, I think. So you know what happens when a Morgul blade, pierces mortal flesh, for those of you that know your lore. So he's putting up a macho face. He's a friend. So let's go talk to Strider and get out of here. Oh! Yeah, that animation kind of insinuates he died, but he's still alive. Trust me, he's alive.
I regret that I was but a moment too late. But all is not lost.
Okay, we're getting out of here.
Wounded by a Black Rider, the ranger Umdir escaped with his charges into the wild, making his way back to the village of Archet.
Archet, here we come.
There,
Captain Brackenbrook,
a retired sellsword, has allowed Strider and his companions to stay and take respite from their cares.
So these are, when you finish a chapter of the epic book or whatever, they have these little mini movies or cinematics that plays in game. which is kind of nice from time to time. I mean, way back in the day, they were like, yeah, that's a good, story break-in for players to just get a sense of where we are in the story. Then on the live servers now, it happens very rarely. I think the last good one that we got was the destruction of the One Ring, or the battle right outside the Black Gate. So it's nice to go back and watch all this stuff again. Now, let's just hope that we don't DC, because I expect there will be a lot of people here. And here we are in Archet. Okay, I'm going to be checking in chat real quick, you guys, just to see what you guys are saying in there. We got Velko says, I've been waiting for an hour. Yeah, all of you guys that are waiting in queue, here's a little tip. I know some people will say, don't exit the launcher. It worked for me. I actually closed my launcher and kept on launching. I did this for about 40 minutes. So that's maybe, I don't know, 49 times I've tried restarting my launcher. And every time I did that, my position in the queue got lower and lower and lower. And eventually I just logged in straight away. So for those of you still stuck on the queue, get out of the launcher, restart the client, and try again. Sometimes it may take you up to a higher position. Just close it and restart again. It worked for me. I can confirm because I am in game. Brad says can't log in. Yeah, do that trick, guys. Christian says, is this just for subscribers? Yes, this is a VIP server, so that means you are a subscriber $15 a month. Decent amount. I mean, I expected more people to be clogging up Archet. And, you know, to be fair, let me bring up my FPS, and that's Control F. My FPS is hanging about 60 to 80. You can see it right here on the screen. Decent so far. I mean, I expected this to be a cluster fish of just bad server technology, but the real test will be later on once we get out. Okay, cool. So now that we're here in Archet, I am going to have to sort this out real quick. So the first thing that we notice here is that all your items that you had from the live servers will appear here as well, and these include your anniversary gifts. So for example, some of these things, this is my first year gift box, my second year gift box, they're all here. And some of the pre-order bonuses that you got from ordering some of the expansions, Riders of Rohan, Deluxe Edition, you know, ROI, you do get stuff like the Darut Stone and the that backpack as well. Let me just see if I can find it. But all your pre-order bonuses do show up, so you can use them here on the server. And hey, my Mortar's Collector's Edition is here as well. But anything like the Anor, the Valar stuff, which automatically gives you a level boost, will not work here, so keep that in mind. What is it I'm looking for? I'm looking for the shield. It's gotta be here somewhere. You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, Journeyman Riding Package, sweet. So I've got my speed boost there. Yeah, so I need to get rid of all this stuff or get to a bank as fast as possible. Now, real quick, before I get back to you guys in chat, I'm going to be checking out the store. Let's take a look at the LOTRO store on this new server, and let's see what they are having for sale that you can buy. Because a lot of argument I've seen, I recently put out a video about this legendary server, and the one thing people say is that there's a fine distinction between having a classic server and having a fresh start server. That is true. This is not a classic server. If you do a comparison like Rift Prime, for example, they got rid of everything on their in-game cash shop, and all they had was just basically cosmetics. Here, under buffs, let's see. No loot box keys yet. What about Deep Boost? Nothing. XP? Yep. So XP is still a thing, and that makes sense because I do have all my pre-order bonuses as I sit. Reputation, yep, reputation's right here. Any combat buffs? Yeah, they're all here. +5 hope. Oh, that's gonna be interesting because once you get to Angmar, because some of the elite areas, the deeper you go into Angmar, you know, the more hope you lose and the more shadow takes over. I can't remember what the name of that mechanic was. So yeah, hope tokens are making a big comeback. Food and drink. So all these little stat and buffs and boosts will be there. As for armor, I do see armor in the store. 131 armor, 3 vitality, 3 will. This is not much. I mean, there's no point buying all this stuff. Town services, nothing. There's no legendary items on this server right now because it's capped at level 50 in the Mines of Moria. expansion. It's going to be 4 months down the line. What about character? What do we got? Maps and skills. What about travel maps? Nothing. Travel skills? Nothing. So it doesn't appear. What about mithril coins? I want to know that. Because if you remember, we do have this thing, and I'm going to bring this up real quick and then we'll get to some gameplay. I know there are some of you out there who want to see some gameplay, right? This is new, added in recent years. This is a way for players to quickly fast travel around. So, like, for example, if I want to get to Eddington right now, the Eve Spires, all I got to do is hit that travel button there using mithril coin, and I will go. Now, the thing is, I don't know if that is available or not. Should I try? Nah, just in case, because I don't think I've got mithril coins. No, nada. I got nothing. But I can't buy them right now. The big button's right there. So let's see. Yep, mithril coins is on the server, so you will have options to bypass any of those pesky back and forth traveling and things like that. Those of you that are on lifetime accounts, you have a lot of LOTRO points to spend, so you guys are going to benefit the most. For those of us that are not lifetimers, that's down to you, whether you think it's worth it or not. So, I'm going to pick up this quest. Right now, the story, we just got Umdir out. And he's injured, right? So now we're gonna go and see if it's all right or not.
Do not trouble yourself on my account. It is only a chill. There are too many deeds to be done.
Okay, new gear.
All pressing, and none of them easy.
Right, talk to Captain Brackenbrook. Gosh, it's rolling back the years. All right, let's check it in chat real quick. I just want to answer any other questions you guys might have. Punk says, still wish it had some of the old UI, like no auto loot, and each bag and body you loot has its own UI box. That is... Auto loot is a feature that... I don't know when it came. Let's just see. Loot. It's going to be under UI here. So, always loot all. I mean, this is pretty handy if you're trying to level fast or whatever. But I see what you're saying. Again, it's not a classic server. There's lots of people out there that would prefer a classic server. I would like to see what a classic server is. But according to a lot of people... The old code for the systems, the engine, was lost from Turbine or whatever, so they have no way of replicating what an earlier build of the game is. True or not, I don't know. Okay, story here is basically, I guess, from memory that is, we're trying to make sure that the brigands, the same bandits that captured these hobbits are, you know, are they still a threat to this little area, which is here, Archet and Breeze just down south. Right-clicking, you'll see the Breeland map, and we are right here. So we're surrounded by bandits and, you know, all these baddies. And later on, in the early level, it's all about equating yourself into the world of Middle-earth with some really standard enemies. Think of boars and bears and wolves and bandits, and orcs come pretty later on, because a lot of people, when they think of Lord of the Rings, they think of all those, you know, enemies, legendary enemies, orcs, Uruk-hai, and bigger, badder things, trolls. You don't get to see that until quite some time. So on this server, it's going to be a while before we get to the real fun stuff. So let's just go and finish this up. I have to hit level 5 if you're wondering what is the requirement for horses, because those of you that have played LOTRO way in the past, you guys will remember that it will take you some time before you can actually get a horse or steed to ride around Middle-earth. They recently got rid of that. Well, I shouldn't say recently, maybe 6 years ago they got rid of that requirement, so you can instantly buy a riding skill once you're out of this tutorial phase. We're still in the tutorial, by the way.
Hello there.
Okay, so Strider wants to let everybody know that the town is in danger, but the locals do not believe him. So there's an inside story here too, which involves Brackenbrook's son, that I remember clearly. Only because I've done this like 4,000 times.
Alas for peaceful folk everywhere.
Oh boy.
It is an enormous task to convince them that evil people with evil intentions will commit evil deeds.
Alright, so we can't leave yet, even though we want to. We're gonna have to protect the town and the people.
Fight, you must learn what skills you may from the trainer.
Alright, so Hunter Trainer, as soon as you get that out of the way, now we're going to go into some training dummy combat. In the old days, you could go to a class trainer, like at the back here, like there's one here and there's a couple there, to learn your skills from them. You pick up new traits and skills from them. It's all gone now, so we won't be seeing that on this classic server. The Train Hunter skills, previously you'd see like a bunch of these and you train them here. But I think now it's just auto-grants to you, right? So what are we learning today?
Do something for me.
Use the penetrating shot against a training dummy. which is just basic mechanics here for hunters. You build up focus. Focus is, think of it as a rage meter. So as soon as you build more rage, and then you can use powerful skills to consume rage to do more damage. So that's what hunters are all about. Open tapping, that is another recent feature that came in 2012. That's the Riders of Rohan expansion, which simply means if somebody out in the landscape has attacked a wolf, as long as I get a tap in, I will get credit for killing that wolf too. That's a very handy feature. And in the early levels during this new server, it's going to be absolutely crucial because in some quests, there's going to be kill this monster, kill that monster. Based on how many people are on the server right now, I think the respawn times hasn't changed. LOTRO, I don't know if they're efficient enough to tweak up the respawn times in the early days. So I think we'll all be waiting around for a bit. Old school. Alright, let's get the new dagger and a new bow. Equip that, and I've just leveled up to level 2, and that's your animation for leveling up. Only 48 levels to go, you guys, which sounds pretty manageable. Now, again, because I've played on the Rift Prime server and a couple of other Fresh Start servers, leveling on servers like this is going to be slower. I predict it's going to be way slower than on the live servers. Mitigated, of course, if you use an XP boost or not. Okay, so, let's see. Are you ready to begin your great venture? Of course, my Lord Aragorn.
A shadow has crept over him.
Right, so now we're going to try and win the favor of the captain of this little town here. So we're going to do some errands from him. Which is picking up mushrooms, I think, and killing wolves. So there we go. He needs assistance. Complete a quest for Calder Cobb. Calder Cobb. And gather King's Foil. Atlas. We're going to get 4 of that. And while I'm auto-running, I'm going to check in the chat real quick. Tom versus Legendary server, which one? Anor. Yep, Anor is the new one on the launcher. If you open up your launcher, you'll see Anor right there. It is, and it will tell you that it is only available for VIPs. So that's the one. And After Hours says, not Korean, looking for tap target. Yeah, so After Hours in chat right now is looking for a new MMORPG. It comes from Rift. So if anybody has anything to suggest to him in terms of MMOs to play, feel free. Everyone on my channel, we're all MMORPG enthusiasts and lovers and players, and we all come together to share our thoughts and experiences about these games. So, good luck finding one. After Hours, Punk says, damn it, gotta get a haircut, see you later. Who the hell gets a haircut on Thursday at 2:41? Well, what time is it in the UK anyway? So this is Calder Cobb. Get used to the name. I got used to the name a long time ago. So Brackenbrook sent you to assist me, and assist me you shall. Defeat wolves around Braunway's Folly, and search for the source of the wolves. Oh, man. I have not been here in a long time, and it's nice to see other players just running around and stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to get out into Bree, and then I don't think I'll be able to show off some dungeons tonight, because the first one that we'll be doing is definitely the Great Barrows, and off memory, level 17, level 18, 19, 20, 21 will be around the Great Barrows area, and then we can start picking up those dungeon clusters. So there's absolutely no wolves. Oh, hey, Wolfie. Yeah, I don't see a lot of players in this area, but then again, if you look at the bottom right of the screen, which is, I hope, not blocked by my tip jar over there, this simply means that there are multiple layers, and that for an MMO means that there's different maps containing different players. So this is how LOTRO, or most MMORPGs, kind of split the player base a little bit, just to make sure the servers are running okay. So we are running multiple versions of this map, which is why I'm able to find wolves out here. Like I said earlier, one of my biggest concerns was there's going to be absolutely no mobs around because everybody's just killing everything. And yeah, that's going to be hard to get. So I feel like an idiot right now because I have not used any of my boosts that I have from my expansion bonuses. So you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do that real quick. Journeyman Riding Package. Let's go ahead and open that. Smell the Roses. That's for stopping. Journeyman simply means you get to ride faster. Apprentice Riding. I can go ahead and use that straight away. What else we have here? 6-year gift box that doesn't have anything. Max Starter Bundle. Rohirrim Elite. Yeah, I'm just going to open everything. I don't care. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. This is the Shield of the Hammerhand. This thing scales with you all the way to level 5. It has level 65. It has stats as well as XP boost. So if those of you never played LOTRO before and you're straight away jumping into this server, there's going to be some things you will be missing out on, especially if you haven't bought or pre-purchased any of the live expansions that have been out for LOTRO over the past, I don't know, man, 11 years or so. So those of us that have, we will obviously have some XP advantages and things like that. But you know what? We'll be at the same level cap for 4 months, so don't feel like you're missing out. And my advice, at least, is not to rush. There's absolutely no reason to be rushing here. If you're thinking about competitive play, guys, there's no PvP on this server. And I know there's a lot, I've got a lot of PvMP buddies out there, which would have come back if the Admors was here, because it's a time to go back to like level 50 PvP, where everybody didn't have all the skills and trait points, and Audacity's not here, Essence System is not here, so PvP's more, I don't know what you want to call it, but old school, I suppose is the right word, but there's no PvP, so there's like no competition. I suppose if you want to be the first kinship on the server to kill any of the raid bosses, then yeah, you'd probably be rushing right now with your kin. Oh man, this damn wolf pathing. he's taking the long way around to come to me. Oh, this is hilarious. And I look like an absolute knob in my early hunter armor. Okay, meanwhile, while we're killing all this stuff, I'm going to check in chat a little bit more. Let's move that along. For those of you that are new to the stream, I love interacting with people, so I will read chat as much as possible. We got Knight in chat says, good evening, Knight, how you doing? We got Jujitsu chat. Jujitsu says, my position to log in hasn't changed for an hour. I know it worked for me because I'm in game right now. What I did was I closed the launcher and I restarted it like 49 times. 49 times to finally get in game. Here's the Black Wall banner, a sign of evil, really, that none of the locals have discovered. So Calder Cobb is in league with some really bad guys, like the Black Wolf Master over here, which sort of explains why there's wolves around. And I'm paraphrasing as much as possible in terms of the story, just based on memory. Because I want to move this, I want to move the stream along. I want to show off the good parts. Gosh. So wardens, I'm not sure what levels wardens get their. They have a skill that you toggle and you run faster. So in the early levels, wardens and hunters do get a speed boost for an advantage, which again is kind of taken away, especially if you buy mithril coins to get the riding skill straight away. Then you won't have to worry about running around or stuff like that. So, okay, as we go back and turn this in, I'm going to be checking in on chat some more. Giannis, sorry if I get your name wrong, says, has this been updated recently or something? The only thing that's been, in terms of the new server, no. This is a brand new server that they released, which is all about capping at level 50, Shadows of Angmar expansion, and reliving the experience again. So everybody that's on the server is a subscriber, but there has been no graphic update for this server specifically, and if you're wondering, has the engine or anything improved? No, they were working on a 64-bit client. No news on that. But they did recently give all their character models and avatars a bit of a facelift. So, like, I think I'm using one of the new character avatars. I could be wrong, but every race have got a facelift of some sort.
Impossible! A weakling like you defeated the Wolf Master?
Alright, so he just gave away his position here. He's in league with the bandits, as I said, and he can't believe that we took down the Wolf Master. So now we're going to go back and tell Captain Brackenbrook. Ooh, should I spoil it? I should spoil it. I mean, half of you watching probably already played this 1,000 times like I have, so he's not going to believe it. And that's how we get the big war at the end of this tutorial before we get out. I mean, traditionally, I'd say this is like a 30-minute maximum experience, but for me, because I'm streaming, it's going to take longer than that. So if you're waiting to see what the outside of Archet looks like, have some patience, we'll get there eventually. Title awarded. Oh yes, I do have titles. Oh yes, titles. Let's see. So I've got all the titles from, like I said, my expansion pre-orders, if you want to use those things. I'm not going to do any of that right now. Let's go ahead and turn this in.
Calder Cobb is a traitor. Danger has found you earlier than I predicted.
Indeed, Aragorn, indeed. The potions, yay, which I'll never
I
use.
cannot decide which is more dangerous right now. Calder Cobb's treachery, or the ignorance of Captain Brackenbrook.
Uh-huh. So question Otter the Brigand about his ties to the Blackwold. We do have a Brigand in tow. He's right there on the chopping block. I think it's chopping block. Yeah, he's on the chopping block right there. Even though I don't see like a blade or anything, but he does confirm that
Oi, you there!
bad thing is
Let
about to
me
happen.
go. Calder Cobb can vouch for me.
What can I do for you?
So talk to Captain Brackenbrook, who still doesn't believe us, really. So this is going to be interesting. For those of you that have never played LOTRO before, trust me, the story starts really slowly, it simmers, and then boom, once you hit the epic story, you're going to fly by, and wait till you meet Elrond. He's so going to be on your good books. So let's go ahead and pick up the new armor here, which will out-level real fast.
I suppose it would be wise to investigate your claim.
Alright, so now we're going to be investigating the claim that the bandits are about to attack. So we're going to go and check out the threat in the south. And at the same time, we got all these other quests that you want to pick up.
Oh dear, looks so changed since last night.
Alright, so I'm going to be picking up some berries to make a tea for Umdir over there. What a kind little hobbit you are.
Hey, you there!
And
I'm
this
hungry.
fat little guy just wants pork. He's hungry, so I'm going to kill some boars for him. That's basically it. Those 3 quests you pick up just for some early XP. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the XP gains are going, because a comparison to the live servers, I think we're just about equal. Once we finish the tutorial, we should be about level 6-ish, based on me having both the shield and the pocket item here, which are both XP boosters for kills and things like that. Now, I do have other XP boosters, stuff like this, 6 Tomes of Extraordinary Experience, which I'm not going to be using, just to give you guys an accurate, I guess, time. So do we need wolves? No, we do not need wolves. I'm going to head all the way south. Do you have aggro yet? No aggro. So based on the early levels, you're not going to die here. And but the cool thing about LOTRO is deeds. All your deeds here, well, it's not showing me anything because I guess I'm still in the tutorial. But there's one cool deed that is, don't die until level 20. If you stay undefeated until level 20, you will get the Undying title, which is really, back in the day, back in LOTRO's day, was a really hard thing to get, especially if you were questing in places like the Old Forest, where you could get lost and it's dark and gloomy, and if you're alone, yeah, you could die. I mean, one of my characters, I'm proud to say that none of my characters have had an issue getting that title, but sometimes when you go AFK, take a phone call, you come back, and you're dead, you lose that title. And I have heard of people specifically deleting that character and restarting the entire level process to level 20 again, just so they can get that Undying level 20 title. That used to be a big thing back in the day. It's no longer on the live servers. Nobody cares. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. Just killing whatever that gets in my way, really. I need one more boar. I did see one. There we go. Piglet right there. Okay, let's check in chat some more while I do this. Let's just see where we stopped. Velko says, let's see. Odin says, so there are problems with Turbine SSG product. Remarkable. Never would have seen that coming. I see what you did there. But yeah, for like Rift's Fresh Start Progression server launch also had the similar issue. They underestimated how popular a server like this would be. But SSG are smart. They're not dumb. By announcing something like this, they had the benefit of waiting and watching what other games did first. Age of Conan, when they announced Saga of Zath, super popular. When Rift Prime launched, you know how much money Tryon made from the first 2 months of Rift Prime. They made a lot of money. Standing Stone Games are clever. They know this. But they didn't... I can't speak for them. I don't want to put words in their mouth. But for me, from the outside guessing, opening up a bunch of servers for things like this is not going to be cheap. So I guess they just wanted to, I guess, throttle as much people in, see what the popularity is. And if it's really overwhelming, then they may think about opening up a new server. But right now, I guess it's just saving cost. So let's go ahead and pick up this cloak.
Our best hope is to get help from Combe, our neighbors.
Level 4.
We'll not let Archet fall to brigands.
Right, so, yep, this guy's surrounded. He's saying we're all surrounded by brigands, so we're going to get help from Combe, which is up there. So let's go back there and see if we can actually get help.
Would you do something for me?
In the meantime, Mr. Farmhand here, Will Whitley, wants us to look for his family members and some friends that have gone missing. I wonder why. Hint, hint, we're surrounded by bandits. So let's go back and let's go to the entrance of Combe and let's see if we can actually get access. I mean, I'm commentating on this as if, you know, you guys watching have never played this before. I do apologize. You guys have played this before. You guys know what's awaiting us over there. Alright, I'm going to check it in chat in the meantime to stop me from saying anything redundant. We got Cradstar Katie. Hello, Katie. She says, has there been graphical updates to this game? In recent times, yes, to face models and things like that. But in terms of the graphics for the engine and things like that, it is not. I don't think so. Anyway, let me just show you guys some of the graphic options I have here. I'm running on very high right now, and my rig is a 6700K 1080 GPU. And when I go to ultra high, it just doesn't work at all. At least on the live servers and with the newer areas, places like Minas Tirith and anywhere higher than that, Gondor, Minas Tirith, the new areas, Mordor. Performance issues has always been a thing for newer rigs. But in the old areas, so far so good. I mean, my FPS is fluctuating a little bit, but decent. So anyway, the road to Combe is blocked, so back we go. Here's another thing I didn't think of. Crafting materials on the landscape. Unlike modern MMOs, games like Guild Wars 2, I think World of Warcraft 2 now, when you see a resource node on the landscape, everybody can go and whack on it, and everybody will get it. In LOTRO, I think it's first come, first serve, so I will not be leveling up any crafting professions. For Hunter, that would be, what, Woodworker? But yeah, I guess I'm going to skip on that. Join a guild or something and have them craft some stuff.
This cannot
Alright,
be.
Kel.
I must write to Brackenbrook at once.
Alright, so now we have proof that brigands are going to attack, and let's go finish up the other quests. The T1 is here, and those rings simply mean objectives. Oh man, it feels weird using the default UI, because I think for about 7 years straight I've been using custom JRSS custom skin, in addition to having my buff bars, my Titan bars, combat analysis, my PvMP plus plugins, and I am just stuck. I'm stuck in place. This is not good, because whenever I'm stuck in place, it simply means I'm about to crash. And I'm about to get disconnected from the server here. Which means I could be back in queue again. So in the meantime, while I wait for myself to get unstuck... Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm going to check in chat. Valko says my position was 1495, now it's 4035. It happens. I kept restarting, it goes lower for me. Like I said, I did it 49 times, so that's close to an hour, so it took me about an hour to do it, so yeah, it can be a pain in the ass. We got Yuan in chat and says, do I need the expansions to play further content on the Legendary server, or just a VIP sub? Down the line, I think you will need to have them, because according to the FAQ, it said that everybody who has purchased all these expansions in the past will get access to it, but... Here's a tip for you. Black Friday is coming soon, and last year's Black Friday, all the expansions went on sale. People were picking up like Mirkwood and Moria for $5. So keep an eye out for that, but you have to be absolutely sure that you're going to be playing Lord of the Rings Online with a subscription if you want to access that content here, and it's going to be a long investment, because according to them, every 4 months is when they're going to increase the level cap and bring in the new expansion and new expansion. So think about it before you spend any money, yo. Graspy says, yo, hello, Graspy. We also got Chris in chat. He says, wow, taking time to log into the server. Yeah, again, I was stuck in queue for an hour. My initial position was 900. I quit and relaunch. I got up to like 2,000, quit and relaunch, 1,006. It fluctuates, and then eventually I got it. And so that was a 1 hour process. Tim says, just tuned in. How to get to this server. You hit the launch button, and there should be a new server. Oh, no! Shit. Pardon my language, but shit. So that means I'm gonna go back into queue now, and you guys will be watching a black screen. All right. So let's do this experiment together here. Let's see if I go back in queue or not. You guys are still in queue? I hope I'm reading your chat, which is not too long ago. Because if you guys are still in queue, then that means I'm gonna be straight back to the queue. And I'm gonna have to rename this stream to like part 1, because there could be multiple parts for the stream. This is not gonna be like one of my traditional leveling streams where every weekend I'll do a stream. No, I'm reviewing 2 MMOs at the moment, and on the 14th, Fallout 76 is coming out, so I'm gonna be reviewing that. You guys wanted a Let's Play series, and that's exactly what you're gonna get. Okay, moment of truth. Putting in my password. Come on. Incorrect password. Hello. Alright, I am position number... Oh! No queue! No queue! Hey, everybody in chat right now, if you are in a queue, something's wrong. Get out of that launcher, restart it. I just got in. Like, I'm not kidding. I did not have a queue. That's your proof right there. So either the server has sort of loosened up a little bit, and or something's just wrong or weird somewhere. All right, well, I log back in. I'm going to check in chat some more. Boopy says, you're playing a hunter. Yes, I am playing a hunter. I figured out that I've played my Cappy for so many years. I want to try something fresh for this server. So yeah, I thought a hunter would be cool. Plus the benefits of being able to port around. Yeah, can't beat that. Thomgar says position 4349. Oh man, it should get better for you guys. I don't understand why you guys are getting up higher and higher. Chris says, hey half, we'll be a little elbow on the server when I get on. Awesome. My name is just that. GRM Adrian is the name of my channel, so you guys feel free to add me. I'll be happy to run stuff with you guys whenever. I mean, this is nostalgia at its best, right? Lady Irene says, don't forget that Undying Achievement. I start my characters over many times. Yes, exactly what I was saying earlier. So yeah, I will definitely not die. I don't intend to. We got Jim in chat. Hey Jim, he says, how painful do you think minstrel leveling will be? Not painful at all. If I'm being honest, like minstrels over the past few years, every update seems to, you know, they've gotten stronger and stronger, and minstrels in the last 4 years have been one of the best classes to level solo, because you can do anything. Heal, your range DPS is pretty good, so I'd say it's a pretty solid class. Now the thing is, because this server is so new, we don't know what class tweaks have been made here, because there's no patch notes. I'm not sure if you guys have realized that, but there wasn't any patch notes for this server. So we don't know what sort of tweaks they made to these classes. I'm kind of curious to know, you know, just how many trait points we'll get at level 50, and is it even going to be enough to have some of our awesome skills for some of these classes that are kind of hidden behind higher level trait points. Here's the bush that we need for the T. Here's another dead farmhand, so yeah, that guy back there, his buddies are dead. Brigands are bad. Checking chat some more. Brandon says... Oh no, you're replying to Juan. Jujitsu says, can we buy that shield? I think you can from the store. I could be wrong. Here, since I'm in game, I'll check it for you because I'm a nice guy. And I want to help you guys as much as possible, right? So you got any questions, let me know. I'll check it out for you. Cosmetics, no. But it should be under an XP boost or something, because I know it gives you that XP boost. So let's go under buffs and services, advancement, XP. If it's not here, then no. Ha! Lol, you do get the experienced disabler on this server as well for like 100 LP, which it's kind of funny. Because the entire purpose of the server is to slow everybody down to level 50, and still they're selling you that XP disabler, which I find hilarious. Okay, checking chat some more. Alice McCord. Hello, Alice. Alice says, I can't get... on have over 3,000 queue. Yeah, I feel you guys. I was in that queue myself, but I just kept restarting, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record now, but it did work for me. I'm not sure if it would work for you guys, but keep trying, y'all. You guys will get in eventually. I need one more bush for the tea, and we gotta look for Will Whitley. Right, let's go find Will. It's back there somewhere where, yeah, right in the bushes there. For the early Archet design, I'll just share some thoughts. You know, when I got here for the first time 8 years ago, 7 years ago, I'm like, what is this? This is not Lord of the Rings. Because, you know, being so new to MMOs at the time, I was kind of wondering, I want to get straight to the action. I want to go to Gondor. I want to go to Rohan. I want to go to Mordor. I want to be fighting and questing there, you know? But when I log in here and I see this broken down, crumbling area, I'm like, what the hell is this? This is not Lord of the Rings. Why are we fighting brigands and bandits? Where are the orcs? Bring the orcs. That was kind of my mindset very early on, but I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did, because I'm a big fan of Tolkien first and foremost, so that was a natural, instant decision. If I'm going to play an MMO, I'm going to make it LOTRO first, and the reason why I didn't start with World of Warcraft, which a lot of people were wondering at the time, why didn't you play World of Warcraft? Hey, as a student, I didn't have a lot of money, and I couldn't afford a sub, so there's your answer. Check it in chat some more. Brandon says, Shield of the Hammerhand was a pre-order bonus for DLC, right as a Rohan. Indeed. That's how I got it. Chris says, Force March. Yep, that is the Warden skill. Hans says, it's the vanilla server live. Yes, it is, but it's not exactly a vanilla server. It's just a capped level 50 server. That's about it. Let's go ahead and pick up... Oh, no bow here, but I'm going to use a dagger. I don't know. I don't have a hunter as my main that's high enough to even figure out the do's and don'ts for hunters, so I'm just going to rock it by ear. Check in chat some more. Ella says, sometimes if I relog, the queues goes up or down. Got as low as 1604. Yeah, I kept doing that. I got as low as 41, and then the next one that I did, it went up to like 1002, and I'm like, shit. I shouldn't have restarted the launcher, but the next 3 or 4 times then I got in for good, so. Alice says, any tips on getting past the queue and getting on? Oh yeah, how long ago was that? That was 2:48 a.m. It's now, okay, 20 minutes ago. Sorry, but yeah, those are my tips. Just log out of the launcher and do it again. Jim says, world first Helagrod. That could be one of the reasons why a lot of people want to get on right now in power level, which again, your prerogative, but at the same time I know some other people are dying to get on right now because they want to save their names. Character names are a big thing, you know, for LOTRO purposes, RP purposes. I don't know, some people have very common names that they want to book early, so that's another reason why the queue's pretty long, which is kind of weird because in other games you could book your name or things like that on a website separately so that when launch happens, you don't have to worry about logging in and dealing with all that stuff. Okay, moving in chat some more. Tom says, so the best way to log is to log in all the time or wait. I didn't have the patience for waiting, so I can't tell you. I refused to wait, like, because my queue wasn't moving, so I'm like, screw it, I'll just keep trying.
This will do nicely.
Boopy says, updating your engine and graphics should be a main priority since it might bring new people to LOTRO. That's what a lot of us have been saying for years, Boopy. Even we've had this conversation. It's just a matter of down to funding right now.
This is sure to cheer you right up.
I know there's a lot of hardcore LOTRO players out there that, you know, it may hurt to hurt this, but the reality is LOTRO is way down on the pecking order in terms of the MMORPG food chain. There's lots of other competitors that are taking... I used to work footfall, but that simply means player numbers. So revenue for LOTRO hasn't been competitive where they want it to be. So for them, if I were in their shoes, it'd be between, do we keep making content, which is going to cost time and money, or do we now try and revamp the game, which is going to cost time and money at the same time? One of these two things will have to be sacrificed, right? For an MMO, the moment you stop making content for even a quarter of a year, you're screwed because people will just move on. So I can see where they're coming from. They decide to let's just put funds into where we know we can, you know, make money or make the player base happy. So I think that's one of the reasons why they forego the decision to revamp graphics and things like that. Just my 2 cents, though. Alright, so we're gonna give this tea to Amdir. And let's get the other ring. Can't believe I'm still in the tutorial.
I thank you.
I'm talking too much.
I have not the stomach.
Okay, so he doesn't want to drink it because Hobbit tea for Dunedain Ranger is just gross. I shouldn't say that. I may have offended, like, all you hobbits in chat.
What have I done?
Hobbit is the only race I have not played until level cap.
You cannot fathom
Alright.
just how wrong I have been.
Finally, after coming back to Brackenbrook, showing him the letter, telling him that he's got dead farmhands in the area because of the brigands, now he believes this. So he's now panicking and asks us to ask Aragorn, what shall we do next? And of course,
do not despair.
He has an
You
answer.
have done well.
So there's an exiled hunter that came to Archet's aid that we're gonna go find right now. He's over there in the hunting lodge, so we're gonna take another scenic route. So I get to check in chat some more while I auto run, because Lord of the Rings in the early levels is gonna be a running simulator until we get mounts. So I get to use this time to check in and chat. Velko says the Undying is one of those to think about not getting killed till 20. Alice says, I'm trying and doing the repair. Don't do repair! Don't do repair! Whatever you do, don't hit that repair button on the launcher, because I've seen people do that and they had to re-download the entire game because of some sort of screwed up update that SSG put out last night. They messed up there, but please don't do that. Do not hit the repair button. You're just going to spend more time downloading the game again. Tim says, this is the LOTRO I loved. Can't wait for the 4,457 people ahead. What's the positive we can take from that? And I know right now in that situation, because I've been there. I've played many MMOs like this. It's what I do here for the channel. It sucks right now to think about the positives in a situation like this. It's just launched. I can't freaking play. The benefit of that is this works. They have not done enough marketing. And this is from someone that made a video about this new server launching, and based on the comments in that video, you can tell that SSG didn't do a whole lot of marketing for this one. So it's pretty much guerrilla marketing, content creators, news websites, gaming websites, and things like that are sharing this. I think even Lazy Peon did a video about this, so that's their marketing done for them. But the amount of players on launch day, it's prime time for EU, I believe, I think, because in the States it is, what, 3 p.m. Eastern? 4 p.m. Eastern?
I presume you're here to bring me ill news from town.
It could get worse tonight. I do not know. That's just
Calder Kalb has shown his true
hunch.
colors at last.
Right, so this hunter is actually Brackenbrook's son, who got exiled because his father was just turning a blind eye to everything. So Brackenbrook Jr., or John, wants us to go and take the fight to them, really, and get information from the bandits about tonight's attack. So we're gonna get, the usual gear here. Questing gear in the early levels is standard. You can use them all the way until you start crafting or whatever. They'll last. This new box here, for those that have not come back to LOTRO in the last 4 or 5 years, this was initially inserted for Bjornings when the Bjornings got released, because Bjornings need special attention. They're a special care race because of their stats. Oh, what is this? The Black Wolf's Roost. This quest has been restored for legendary servers. Huh. Defeat brigands at Black Wolf's Roost times 6. I thought this quest was always there. I don't even remember them removing that quest. That's how long I haven't done one of these intro tutorials. So it looks like that is a sign of things that we can expect. There's going to be some old quests that will make an appearance. I don't know what other quests could make a comeback, but that'll be interesting, because there have been places along the way, and this is just for FYI for those that haven't been back for a while. This entire map thing is new, though, which is absolutely beautiful. I love the revamped map. So places like Fornost, for example. Fornost got a major update, I want to say, oh gosh, 2012 or 11, I can't remember, but they redid Fornost. Evendim, I don't know if there's been a revamp or not. But I do know Fornos has been changed. Angmar, I can't remember either. It's been so long. So we could see some old quest clusters coming back, and that could be pretty exciting. The problem is it's been so long that I can't even remember what those quests will be. But one tip I could suggest is, for those of you that know how to install plugins, there's a very handy plugin called Compendium, or Middle of Compendium. And when you install it, what it does, it's outdated now. It's outdated by several years at least. So it has a list of all the old quests that you can just cross-reference and see whether, you know, that one's old or not. So I probably will get add-ons installed here sometime soon. Okay, back to the chat. I'm trying to catch up. I know I'm way behind on chat right now. Rashby says, oh, PC wanted to restart after video card drivers. Are you a Windows 10? Windows 10 for the win. Windows 10 absolutely is terrible for gaming. That's just my opinion. But what choice do we have? We got Derps in chat. Hey, Derps says, I would absolutely love to play it, and the fresh start sounded awesome, but I don't want to pay the subscription, to be honest. Yeah, I feel you. There's going to be a lot of players that says, is this worth the $15 a month? Because keep in mind, they've already mentioned that we're not going to get new content for 4 months. And just like other servers like Rift Prime, they expect you to be doing the endgame content or leveling alts. Now, the difference is, unlike Rift Prime, back on the loading screen, what the hell did I just do? I just laid a trap for no damn reason. Huntard, newbie Huntard here. My main, again, for those that are just joining the stream, my main for about 7 years is a captain. And I decided to be cool and trendy by rolling a class that I don't often play. And you're going to see me do stupid things with the Hunter. So, laugh in silence. But deep down, I will hear it. Because I know when it comes to the endgame content, I'm going to be having a blast with this guy. Because I have a tendency to pull things when the tank hasn't even begun pulling. That's what hunters are great for. The rogue pull. Alright, let's go. We're looking for some information here about tonight's attack on Archet. Taking a little longer to kill on the live servers. 2 hits based on memory. Just 2 hits and they're dead. But these guys seem to take longer. Okay, we've got what we need. Back to Archet, which means auto run and reading chat again. Alice says, glad to know I'm not the only one who can get this server. We got George is the best. How's the ping from the UK? Is the server hosted in America? Server is hosted in America. There is no EU servers at the moment. And if you're wondering, I am neither in the UK or in America. I am in Southeast Asia. So my ping is usually around the 280, 275, 280, 290 mark. But that's... I don't plan on using any boosters or ping boosters or things like that. It's playable for me. Gaming Lawyer. Hey, Gaming Lawyer. Good to see you. He says, I think the fresh start thing is cool, but I kind of don't otherwise see the appeal of the legendary server. The appeal for Standing Stone Games is money. Let's be honest here. Let's not beat around the bush. It's absolutely money. The appeal for players, especially those of us that have been away for a long time, is simply the nostalgia factor. The same reason why World of Warcraft Classic, never mind the direct comparison. Yeah, it is a classic build because Blizzard has the resources to pull that out from the archives. LOTRO doesn't. So it's the same thing. That nostalgia factor is huge in bringing people back, especially those that have affiliations or an affection for Middle-earth and have played... What is going on? Oh, it's a hobbit. Never mind. I thought some human was just sitting down in the bush, but they were actually a hobbit, so... Sorry, hobbits, you're short. What was I saying? But yeah, it's the nostalgia factor, and it's the opportunity to play the game fresh again. It's worked for all the 3 games that I've jumped into this year that has announced that sort of server. Oh shit, I went back to the wrong area. Oh, Orangeshire now following the Twitch channel. Thank you, Orangeshire. Appreciate it. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, even though I'm not streaming this on Twitch. I'm streaming this on YouTube at the moment. Yeah, so I wasted like 2 minutes of running back to the wrong place. Gaming Largest, is it supposed to be like the original game at launch? No, it's not. Unlike World of Warcraft Classic, this is not going to be a classic LOTRO. It has all the modern systems of today's LOTRO, so trait trees and other things. Okay, any more questions you guys have, let me know. I'm trying to catch up in chat as much as possible. I know I'm about 20 minutes behind chat right now. We have the Traveling Reader. Hey, what up? I was just talking to you. He says, hey, hello. And Giannis says, I haven't. Wiga says, no spoilers. Shit. Come on, Wiga. You've done this like 1,000 times yourself too. But yeah, I think everybody has played this already, so... We got Dixie, who says, I've never played this either. Keep on with the mysterious commentary. Okay, okay. So here's somebody who's never played LOTRO before, and as per request, I will now be being extremely vague with what I say in terms of the story. So now we're going back to John, because we're finding out that, you know, bandits, bad thing, right? Okay, let's turn this in. So this quest that they've just reinstated was for dyes. No, this one's just to pick up dyes. So kill 8 marsh flies. Yeah, this is classic LOTRO, right? Kill 8 bugs to get some dyes. And dyes, guys, is just for your cosmetics. For those that don't play LOTRO, they have a pretty in-depth dyeing system. I think the dyeing system in here is pretty cool. The entire cosmetic system in LOTRO is actually really cool, which we'll get to later. I'm going to pick this up and we'll just get some dyes. Why not? XP's XP. That's at least Spiderbane there, a legend for those of you that have never gone past level 20. You'll know why. And let's get back to John and turn this in. Hey, John.
Good work, my friend.
Thank you. So don't be the funky kid and take this one because, like I said, this is for Bjornings. This has might-based stuff. Depending on your class, you use different things. So might is for guards, champs, captains, Bjornings. There used to be wardens as well, but wardens got changed to agility sometime in ROI. So I'm gonna go with medium armor. All these early gears, those stats.
Yet. We only need a strategy.
Right. So now here's another one. We're going to find a shortcut, I believe. Yep. So we do know now that the bandits are going to attack the town of Archet. So we need to get there fast because they're already on the way. So Atli wants us to scout an old path, which is a shortcut from here to here without having to go a long way around. So that's what we're going to do. So, oh, one more. Good work. Thank you. Give me that helm. And this is one of the best things about LOTRO is that the early game armor looks like shit. That's the honest truth. And that's what a lot of our fond memories about LOTRO's early armor is, because it really looks like I said in my last video, like, capes look like tablecloths, and the hats are, we call this the nipple hat, based on, like, World War I, and, you know? So it's fond memories, and I say that affectionately. I'm not, like, absolutely criticizing it, because I have fond memories of running around Bree looking like that, until I discovered the joy of the cosmetic system. That's when I start to look OP.
Greetings, traveler!
Okay, so we're gonna go back into the old path, and let's kill some spiders. Ooh, David, thanks for the thanks for subscribing to YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate the support. Let me just scroll down and see if I missed anything in chat. Like I said, I'm way behind in chat, and I'm the type of guy that really wants to read everything because it's cool that you guys are here and interacting. Ali says DC, yeah, not that lowers the queue. We got Spurious in chat. So did they not reverse the old combat and talent systems, only quests and dungeons? They did not reverse any of the talent systems and trait trees, unfortunately. Oh, and say, what? I'm out in the open. There should be no reason why this thing can't find a path to me. But yeah, unfortunately, I would have wanted the old trait tree as well because, oh boy. So, this is going to sound like a really shameless self-plug, but has any of you come across like a LOTRO blog in the past called Level Up Haffle or the Malaysian LOTRO Gamer? That was me, and I had this really long-ass, windy-ass post about why the trait trees were bad for LOTRO, especially for support classes, because my main, like I said, is a captain, and I've been a captain for so long. And as a captain, I rely a lot on having utility skills mixed in with a whole bunch of support skills that trait trees really took away. It took away my ability to be a jack of all trades, really, and pretty much put me into blue, red, and yellow, like a lot of you, you other guys out there with your classes. So, yeah, especially for the Moors, because I play a Cappy in the Moors, and I do like having a bunch of different things, right? DPS, defense, heals, bubbles. I throw up my shield all the time prior to trait trees, and then after trait trees, I only hung out in yellow, which kind of sucked, because that took LOTRO back to a more cookie-cutter era where, you know, classes weren't interesting anymore. But over time, you know, the blow kind of softened up for me. I came back anyway and kept on playing. So I was kind of hoping when this server got announced that, yeah, we would see that old system, because it gave us a lot to play with. But I'm not going to lie, I'm going to admit that there was a lot of skill bloat. Because at the point when we got to a certain level, we had a ton of redundant, useless skills for a lot of classes that was just hogging the bar. So I can see why they did it. It also make developing further skills down the line easier for them, so they don't have to go through the headache of thinking about which skills to rebalance. And that's usually a problem for old MMORPGs that have been around for so long that, you know, having a ton of skills becomes a problem. So you look at WoW, they crunch things all the time. You know, they get rid of old skills, they revamp things every expansion. That could be a good or a bad thing, but the one thing it does is it makes it easier for the developers to keep track of where everybody's at in terms of the class development. That's just from their point of view. From our point of view, we're always going to be upset that, hey, our class is not viable anymore. So here's the thing I've noticed so far. I'm getting a lot of these anti-exploit bugs. Like, I'm standing right in front of this freaking marshfly, but I'm not exactly hitting him. So I don't know if this is just a server thing or not, but this is kind of stupid right now. It's just it's the second last one I need. So while I attempt to kill this fly, I'm gonna talk in chat some more. Boopy says every 4 months is too quick for you. That's like the first I've heard of that. People will say every 4 months is way too long. Like for me, if there's no new content within 2 months, 3 months, I get bored super quick. That was before I started the YouTube channel, but once I started the YouTube channel, the whole point of it is just to move around. Alright, so this fly is screwed again. That warden came by to try and open tap it. I guess he got it. But I have to be in melee range, which is kind of stupid because I'm a hunter, and the benefit of playing hunter is to attack from range. So if I have to get up in... Oh, no, my health. You gotta be kidding me. Do I have a potion? Yes, I do. I do not want to die right now and lose that undying title. That's a close call. I was not looking at my health. The Marshfly is level 7, and my Hunter is level 5, and this is just based on all the quests that I've been doing so far. So, early difficulty, watch out for that. Don't pull too much, those of you that are playing light classes. Try not to pull too much. Kill spiders, okay, let's do that. Okay, let's check in chat some more. Traveling Reader says, yeah, that's what happened to me. Got myself out of the intro and then I froze, crashed back in queue. Oh no, you're back in queue? That was weird because you did see that, right? I just got straight back in without a queue. So that is either a hack or I'm extremely lucky right now. We got Ripper. Oh man, sorry if I get your name wrong, bro. Ripper Nipper? No, Rip. Oh, I'm gonna call you Rip. It says, what is a new Suronosh? Yeah, I have no idea what you're trying to say there. But if you're asking what this new server is, it's just basically a level 50 capped server, which increases in content and level every 4 months. The idea of the server is to bring old players back, in addition to bringing curious current LOTRO players on it. And by having all the players on one server doing old content, it's gonna serve as sort of a nostalgia server, really. Fan service and moneymaker too, simply because you have to be a VIP to play on it. Gaming Large is in case I'm gone when you see this. Thanks, Adrian, for sharing this today. This was totally not on my radar. No problem, man. I mean, I did say I was gonna jump in and check out on launch. It's only 3 in the morning here for me, so I committed to doing this tonight. I myself am excited to be back and just experiencing all this old stuff again. Okay, we're almost there. Here's the shortcut. Lots of spiders. And, oh, what do we got? A dead Black Wolf Scout. So they tried to use the shortcut and backfired on them. So we do know that there's a shortcut and we do know that's going to work. So let's go back to John Brackenbrook and tell him that it's a go. Alright, check in chat some more. Keep them coming, guys. Any questions, anything that you want to ask or say, put them out. Let's have a discussion. I love chatting. Jiu-Jitsu says long queue. Yeah, again, I feel sorry for you guys. I was in that queue. I was in queue 2 minutes after the server went live. So I was in queue for an hour. And like what I said earlier, I just kept restarting it until I got in. So I don't know if that works anymore, because a lot of you guys are still saying that it's not working. George says, can you tell me about ping? I'm from the UK. Oh, sorry. I thought I answered that already. But yeah, it's 280 for me. And I'm in Southeast Asia. So if you're in the UK, expect it to be what? 180? 150? I don't know. I've never launched anything from the UK because I'm not there. Tim says, what? Would gamble and try for a lower queue number, but no. What? Yeah, it is a gamble because sometimes it goes back up, sometimes it goes back down. Derp says maybe it's saved that you were already in and just put you back in. That could be it as well. So, again, good luck, you guys. Spurry says, Adrian, what about the skills and talents? Again, sorry if I'm getting to your chat message late, but they have not reverted back to the old trait trees. Okay, let's turn this in. Black dyes are very rare in LOTRO, as they are in most MMOs. Black and white dyes. White dyes are pretty easy to get, but black dyes are highly coveted because you do need a special item, which is crafting material that's pretty rare to get. So that's why questing will not give you those black dyes, and I wear nothing but black. Real life and in-game.
Will surely work in our favor.
In-game because it's cool, real life because it makes me look, yeah, thin and fit. Alright, let's turn this in. So, I will go to Archet and rally them, ready for the storm that awaits tonight. Let's do this. We are ready to go and finish up this intro. Quickly, Color Cobb is making his move, and this is the last quest for this intro. I'm going to get the novice characteristic here, which simply means I can now get my writing skill and we can go out and check out the world and see what the population is like, see how healthy the player base is in the early levels. Let's go. So this is going to be an instance, so that means it's not an open world thing. It's going to port me over to an instance story content. Yay! It's been a while since I saw this.
Brackenbrook and his hunters have reached the outskirts of Archet to find it already ablaze. A desperate struggle to save their village is about to begin. Hopefully, you have arrived in time.
Of course I've arrived just in time.
We have no time to lose.
Okay, let's take back the town from these bandits. Oh, Jailer and Ned is getting beaten up there, so...
save Ned.
These guys are level 4, so wow, there's some huge discrepancy there. Remember that Marshfly back out here? That was like level 7, and then when you get into the final instance, the mobs are like level 4. Leads me to believe that not a whole lot of testing was done internally before the launch of this server, which is pretty understandable because, see, unlike... I don't want to go across my boundaries here, but unlike other MMOs, you know, they do have NDA-style programs, partner programs that has all these previews and things like that. LOTRO just kept this hush, 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 hush until the very end, and then announced it. So we don't know how much internal testing was going on.
Still be saved.
All right, so while we have some casualties here, the rest of the town is still alive. So let's go find out who's alive and save the town.
There are more up ahead.
Man, come on, John. Pick up the slack. I had to take all 3 bandits there. And as a hunter, that's a no-no. I don't know, my perception of hunters are like really squishy. Again, because my main is a captain on the live servers, have been for many years, so I need to deal with rolling hunter.
We must find my father before it's too late.
Alright, let's find his father. Captain Brackenbrook. And watching this town burn again. Rolling back the years.
Otley is ahead. All must not be lost.
Indeed.
Well met, friend. Is the crafting hall safe?
Alright, so expect some black wolves to come out, because he did see a bunch go in. There we go. I kind of forgot. For skills in LOTRO, especially skills that has long cast times, if you get hit, it sort of delays the execution by half a second. Not a big deal. But as far as I know, for hunters, later on, once you unlock trait trees, the blue tree is going to be your mobile hunter. So a lot of my skills right now, I got to be stationary to shoot. But later on, you can trait to be shooting and moving, which is something that I like. Alright, so we're going to find his father now. Ooh, nice. Look at that, a circle of fire, a fire pit right here, because something awesome's going to get down.
I knew you would survive.
I'm alive, son, but I grow weary from the fight. Does Archet fall now? I've been a fool. This is not the time for blame. We must look only to defending those who count us. Sorry, guys. Old habits. I read out stuff like that. I just can't stand the silence in the middle of a scene like this. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to let these NPCs pull aggro, except they missed one, so I'm going to deal with this guy. Now, I'm a hunter. I'm going to play like a hunter. Hang on, chat. I see chat moving a lot. I'll get to you guys. I promise. I know you guys have questions and things like that. Let me just get out to Archet after the tutorial, and I'll catch up in chat. Okay, second wave. Let's go. This guy's going to come straight for me. Oh, I pulled two. Great. Yeah, let's go for the guy with the nipple helmet, because he looks like somebody we can take down easy, right? Damn, these brigands. I'll show you. I'll shoot you from, like, right in front of your face and show you how it's done. Okay. All bandits are down.
There's no more time.
Uh-oh.
We come for the ranger.
So this was the punchline that I didn't want to spoil for all you new players watching. These are Karguls. They're sort of different from Nazguls, and obviously they're red in color. But there's a lot more differences to them, which you'll find out the more you play. So what just happened? Kalrakov is in line with a much darker, higher power, and because Amdir was stabbed with that Morgul blade earlier on in the tutorial, these Karguls are able to control him, so now they've taken him away, and in the LOTRO lore here, he's obviously a Dunedain ranger, so he's affiliated with Aragorn, so obviously
Father,
he's not going to be happy about this. Oh, and yeah, Captain Brackenbook dies, as you see. So now we get to kill the traitorous bastard and take back the town. So when I first did this the first time, I was like, oh, Nazgul, Nazgul, that's great, finally. Instead of running around and killing all these pigs and, you know, picking up bushes, we get to fight the Nazgul, and we didn't.
My father was right to trust no one.
Alright, so this is it. Another cutscene incoming. If I remember correctly.
With the Black Wolves' attack foiled, the people of Archet have begun to rebuild. Yet not all hurts are so easily mended.
I love this music.
The Ranger Amdir remains uncertain and may have dire consequences for Breland. But hope remains that he may yet be saved.
2007 graphics, y'all. Actually, it's earlier than that, when this game was under Sierra, and it was called Middle-earth Online. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this for the first time or watching LOTRO first time, that is the Lord of the Rings Online intro tutorial for the Race of Men. And here we are out in Archet, decent amount of players, and I'm only on one layer, I suppose, because there are multiple versions of this map just to make sure that the servers can handle the amount of player bases in here. As you can see, people already have mounts and stuff like that, so that simply means everything from your bonuses, your pre-order stuff from your live servers all come here. There's a ton of people, y'all. This is good to see. Bjornings are here too. Yep, all the new classes can be used, including the high elf race. Nice. Alright, so before I continue here, I owe it to you guys. I'm going to catch up with the chat real quick, spend a couple of minutes answering your questions, and then I'll move on, alright? We'll go do some fun stuff. Okay, Tim says, well, we went down to 3,000, but once you get in queue, it doesn't seem to go down. Keep trying, you guys, keep trying. Spurs says, are they like they were in Shadows of Angmar? No, they're not. Let's see, what else I have not read. Traveling Reader says, I managed to log in. Okay, I read that already, so I'm way behind. Tim says, hunters are great for party death. I agree. I've been on the receiving end as a captain. David says, my position is still the same. Do you guys have that too? Keep trying, you guys. Keep trying. Tom says, yes. After Orin says, I guess I'll keep up with your content from now on. It's quite nice to listen to. Oh, thank you, Orin. I appreciate that. As always, just so you know, I don't just cover Lord of the Rings Online. My channel, I started my channel to review MMORPGs, and I'll jump to something that I've never been to before. And if you go check out my channel, I've got reviews out 10 reasons to play LOTRO, 10 reasons to play ESO. Those are the style of reviews that I do. But LOTRO is one of my first MMOs, and that's why I often come back and make some content. Okay, what else we got? Derp says they might have gotten even more money with making the Fresh Start server free. I agree. I hate it to be tailing behind the pack in MMOs. Same goes for WoW. In my case, there might have been. Curious to go with the like command. I don't have command set up for YouTube, unfortunately, so I'm pretty old school. Me and technology, not really good. Derp says a fair few willing to start fresh with everyone, but just don't want to pay the $15 a month. Agreed. Triple D says, so what's the difference between this and the current version other than not going to level cap? Simply put, the restrictions, obviously, the level 50 thing, they just want it to be a nostalgia server where you experience the early chapters again with friends or with former friends that hasn't played this for a while. In terms of why is this special, I guess it brings everybody back that, like I said, hasn't been... There's something about announcing a nostalgia server that everybody just go flocks to because it's new. And I guess they're just cashing in on that. But otherwise, I expect this to be more populated, I suppose, for people that want to run the new content. Ooh, what we got? Mihai has just subscribed. Thank you, Mihai. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate the support. Okay, let's move on and chat some more. I'm going to catch up with you guys before I move on. Mill says, it will be perfect if it had the classic trade system. I agree with you. Adam says, is this better than World of Warcraft? That is a subjective question. If you're talking about financials, resources, looks, content, schedules, raids, all that stuff, PvP, obviously World of Warcraft is a more polished and better run game. But yeah, it really depends. If Lord of the Rings Online, if you love Middle-earth, if you love Tolkien, this is a great place to be. David says, you are still waiting, or are you trying to a couple of... Okay. You guys are talking about queue times? Daryl Jeffrey says, have you seen a lot of players in the starting area? Here's your answer, bro. Here's your answer. So a cool tip is, for those that are new to LOTRO, you hit O, it opens up your social panel, right? And then from here, you can just scroll down and see how many players were in the area. These are everybody that's online. Not including those who click anonymous to be hiding offline, which is what I like to do because sometimes I'm an antisocial nut. Don't want to be disturbed. That's just me. I don't know why. I'm an introvert, which doesn't explain why I'm out here streaming and being outspoken. But hey, streaming does weird things to you. But yeah, there's a lot of players. It says displaying 100 out of 1,459 entries. So there's 1,450 players in the starter area here at the moment, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see who the highest level in the area is. You can sort by level, and it's a level 13 person called Kaln. I'm bad at reading names. Kalndria, an elf in Hodlin. So there's your answer. Okay, let's finish up chat real quick. Alice says, I'm installing and reinstalling the game. I hope I can get past the super long queue. And I hope you do. All of you still stuck in queue, I really hope you get past it. I'm just going to repeat this once more. How it worked for me was I quit the launcher. I restarted the launcher. I did this 49 to 50 times. It's a pain in the ass, but I eventually got in. So whether you want to do that or not, that's totally down to you and how much time you've got, but it worked for me. But if not, you want to wait in queue, hey, have patience, make a nice cup of tea, put on some Netflix, continue watching the stream. I'll try and make it as entertaining as possible, I hope, while you guys wait to get in. Jiu-Jitsu says, the queue's a buzzkill. I agree. Mine is from the website. Q4612, damn, you guys are way back there. Greg says, this is a bit dated, haven't played this in 10 years. That's a long time, Greg. But yeah, that's the whole point of the server, you know. They made it in a way to bring players back, so. But you do have to pay for it, though. Alright, anything else? Alice says, I'm debating between a Bjorning and a Hunter. Ooh, good stuff. Yeah, I would say, if you're going to play solo, like primarily solo, then Hunters are always going to be a good choice for the travel ports, as I said at the top of the stream. But at the same time, if you've never played the Bjorning, it's a pretty fun class. I mean, you get to shapeshift into a bear and do all kinds of feral strikes, and it has a great AoE heal, which should be handy, I suppose, when we're doing, if you're planning on doing the endgame Angmar clusters. I would go with the Hunter, though, or a Warden, I suppose. Alright, I'm going to turn this in now. So what just happened with Archet? The town got destroyed, people died because Calder Cop aligned himself with the bandits who are serving these Kargul out of Angmar. So now we're going to just rebuild here. The loss of my father was a painful one, but yeah, the people of Archet think you are a hero. So now let's get the novice thing here. Boom! So what this means, first of all, I can bind myself to a milestone like such, so that simply means that I can port back to this area anytime I want. That's just for the benefit of new players. And oh shit, I forgot to do something. Let me just get this done real quick. I need my extra bars. I just forgot where they were. Oh, never mind, they're all here. So all my extra hot bars are up there. I usually play with the 3 that I have. Okay, sweet. Now, what do we got? We got new mail, and because you're VIP, you can check your mail on the go. All these stuff, yeah, so this is just a thank you for saving the town or whatever. It's a little gift box. And here's an interesting one. I got a mail saying specialization needed. So for those wondering, you get to choose a class spec right out of the tutorial level 6 onward. And this, for those of you that, like Greg earlier, that haven't played in 10 years, this is going to look completely new to you. But if you've played an MMORPG before in the past, then you'll be familiar with what is a skill tree or a class trait tree. And this is exactly it. So it's pretty... All the classes will have their own different things. And for those of you that have played in the past, you know, prior to Riders of Rohan, you'll notice that there are lots of skills that's going to be hidden behind one color and some in the other color and things like that. So you just have to navigate your way around it. So for me, as a hunter, I am going to go Huntsman Bowmaster. Obviously, the red line is your heavy DPS line, obviously. Yellow line is the trapper foes. Like I said, I don't main hunter on my main. Landreval is my main server. I don't play a hunter at all. Huntsman, I do know, is what I want to do. So I'm going to go blue for this one. Simply because you got to shoot and move at the same time. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you're wondering, you can have multiple builds. If you want more, you got to spend mithril coins. I do not have any. Oh, man, I was kind of hoping that my mithril... Well, mithril coins are server-wide. They're not account-wide. So I was kind of thinking of another game there. Because most games, the games that I play usually have currency account-wide, so I'm going to have to add more here. But if you want to have more builds, then by all means, go ahead. So I don't have any points to spend. I do believe you get them alternatively. So I'll get one at level 7 or something like that. Can't be wrong, it's been a while. Okay, what else do I want to do? We do have Hobbit Presents, so this thing, again, is... I can't even remember when Hobbit Presents got introduced to LOTRO. But you get to open this every day, right on the reset. If you're a VIP, you get to open the gold one as well. So silver, these things have a chance to give you silver, which is money, like what I just got there. All you got to do is sell these to the vendor, and you get some silver, in-game currency. And the gold one has some pretty decent stuff. You can get gear, like the Matham Hunter stuff, which is pretty decent. You can hold on to those boxes and they scale with you depending on what level you open them on, and this is the one I'm talking about. This is it. So all this stuff from the live servers have made it into the Anor server. So that simply means, at least in my opinion now, leveling is not going to be a chore, I suppose. Because like I said, I've played on many classic progression servers where, you know, the leveling was purposely stifled to frustrate you a little bit because they want to keep you here as long as possible, right? So, but LOTRO has brought over a lot of things like XP boosts and, you know, scaling armor like this whenever you open it, so. Oop, what was that? Jujitsu has just subscribed. Thank you, Jujitsu. Welcome to the stream. I've seen you in chat, and I've also talked to you a bit, so appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Right, so before I move on, I see chat moving so fast. I'm going to try, you know, get to you guys as quick as possible. But I also want to move the stream along here, right? So what's going to happen now is we're going to be... I know that sound. Oh, it's an in-game tell. That's what it was. I got an in-game tell, and I totally forgot what that bell noise was. I'm going to put my chat up there. Hello to Malaysia, says Galandra's in-game chat. How do I reply again? Is it R? Yo, thank you. I'm multitasking, guys. I'm streaming, I'm talking to you guys in stream chat, and I'm also talking to people in game chat. Oh, extra lag. Yeah, I remember extra lag. So I'm gonna carry on here, bro, and move this thing along. So the aftermath of the attack on the city, as you guys know, on the town, I should say, not cities, that we have lost a lot of people. And a lot of the quest here is all about rebuilding the town, you know, getting people back together, and
would you do something for me?
Remember those boars that I killed for that little hobbit to eat? Well, apparently they're diseased now, but hobbits have thick skin, and they've got good immunity systems, I think. So, but now I gotta go put down 6 boars so that no other people in the town eat that stuff. And Otley over here has another quest. Let's go pick that one up.
Might you lend me an ear?
Alright, so we're gonna go and talk to Cal Sprigley in Archet. Remember the guy that we went to, and he wanted to get help from Combe? Yeah, so he's having some trouble as well, so we'll go and pick all that stuff up. Oh, he's right here, never mind.
What do you need?
Right, so he is recalling of how the bandits sort of attacked, and to rebuild his life, he's a farmer. We need to go back to his farm and, you know, pick up his bow and strongbox and seed bag, and he doesn't want to do that because big giant spiders. So that's where we come in. Awesome. Now, back to the stream chat. I have a lot of work to do to catch up to you guys. Jujitsu says, I'm going to play the Minstrel. Good choice. Love the Minstrel. I mean, from my time playing LOTRO, everybody, especially if you're an endgame raider or PvMPer, you always had that one Minstrel on your quick dial. You know, when you log on, the first thing you do is this Minstrel online because we're going to run some stuff, and I absolutely want him because he's a crazy Minstrel. He can heal with his eyes closed, you know, that kind of thing. So those were the days where we used to have the best or you know, our favorite healers and tanks on speed dial. And then later on, because you can create custom chat channels in LOTRO, and then once you find your own, you create your own raiding alliance or whatever, then things just become so easy because everybody's connected, right? So here's Dirk Mudbrick. Here lies Dirk Mudbrick. Hopefully not dead by a boar because that'll be embarrassing. Never mind, that's not a boar. That's a sheep. Sorry, I insulted you, Dirk Mudbrick. That was a low blow because you're already dead. Moving on. There's another dead body down there, but I'm also going to keep an eye out for diseased bristle hides like that one. I've got a couple of new skills to use. Scourging Blow. The distance, because I've gone blue, the distance for me to attack has gotten a bit shorter, but you now see that I am absolutely mobile and I can move and shoot, and this is why I'm going to be choosing to play the Hunter in the blue line while I'm leveling. I can't stand standing still and shooting. I just can't. So you'll notice that I'm getting a lot of deeds across the screen now. That's simply because of LOTRO's deeding system. So as soon as you use a class skill, you'll open up a class deed, and this simply means the more you use that skill, the more this bar progresses, but there's going to be a cap, so you can only do 50 a day or something like that. And the rewards for that is getting LOTRO points, which are things you can spend in the store, but you already do that, I'm sure. Especially for you current LOTRO players. So it's good to see deeds return as well, because it's other content. Like a lot of people I know back in the day, I guess when LOTRO went free to play, Deeds was a way for you to make some sort of, you know, TP as it's known then, turbine points, so that you could buy quest packs and skirmishes, and that's how free to play players earned it. You know, they would grind Deeds for hours and hours and hours and delete that character and do it all over again. So it's good to see that back. It's not needed here, obviously, but some Deeds will be tied into getting things like virtues, which are still here, I believe, virtues. And because we're not in the level hundreds anymore, we're going to have to optimize our class builds around having the best stats and things like that. So that's why I'm really interested to see how the endgame Angmar content is going to utilize all that, because we won't have the best stats anymore. You know, we don't have legendary weapons and things like that, so we're going to have to rely on these virtues and traits, cooked food, buffs, cappy buffs, which is too bad that we can't manually buff everybody anymore. I used to love that, you know, just doing flyby buffs on my captain. Alright, let's check in chat some more. I went really off topic there, apologies. Mill says I haven't played in 4 to 5 years. Well, I mean, if you wanted a reason to come back, you do have the server now. Just keep in mind it's $15 a month. Alice says I never played, but did some research for the server. Figure I could start from scratch and learn it that way. You know, in a way that could be exciting, because the benefit of learning everything on this server is that you have a lot of players here that are also starting over. So if you ask me, the population on the Anor server, based on all the other servers I played on that do this kind of thing, the first 2 to 3 months you will see a lot of activity here, because after tonight, people are going to be spreading it word of mouth. You'll see a lot of more people putting up content and streams, and it's going to grow for the next month or two, and you will have a lot of people to play with, which is very important for an MMORPG. So chat is also bustling. Like, I'm looking at World Chat right now. World Chat is back, by the way. If you're wondering, would they bring back GLFF? For those of you that remember the GLFF days, those days are gone. It's now replaced by World Chat. So yeah, World Chat is bustling right now. So, and to be very fair, everybody's just having fun and talking. You know, there's no trolly stuff, either because the server's new or whatever. It's good to see. Alright, moving on some more. I can't pronounce your name, but your name is in kanji, which is the Japanese lettering. So I don't know what to call you. He says my main is a warden, and ow, yeah, that's true. Mordor done without light. Mill says everything above level 50 is disabled. Alice says Turbine said everything from live will be in Arnor, just not story stuff. Yep, that's pretty much it, you guys. Whose body's nearby? Nate's body. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down some more and make my way back up so that I can get to the latest part of the chat. Tim says, one of my LOTRO friends is trying. He's still 45. I gotta wish you all the best. And you, or your friend, all the best. You guys will get in. Have faith. The last time I was in a queue was for, honest, this is how I remembered it. Rise of Isengard was the last time I was in a server queue for Lord of the Rings Online. I don't remember how I solved that because I was very young at the time, but yeah, I guess I just waited it out. Scrolling up some more. Mill says Hunter and Archet. Jiu-Jitsu, any way to make the UI bigger scale? Action bars are so tiny. I do believe so. Here, let me experiment for you. My monitor is pretty big, but I changed the resolution for the YouTube output, so you guys are seeing it smaller. But I think there should be a way to increase that. I mean, you can increase tooltips, as you can see. But for the hotbars, I remember there being a way. But if not, then, you know, you can install custom skins. Like, I've got a bunch of custom skins in here that I use that makes quest text bigger, make the map bigger or smaller, up to you. Tune and panel size. Oh, there you go. Reset all UI scales. So, opponent vitals, alerts, quest tracker, quick bars. So mine's on 1 right now for reference. So here you go. I'm gonna put it up to 2.7. Oh, nothing changed. Oh well. I'm gonna have to put that back again. Quick slot bars didn't change for me for some reason. I think that's because of my monitor. But yeah, the options are all in there. Jiu-Jitsu. Jake says Control R for the reply. Thank you. It's been a while for me. that shows you how, it's been a long time since I replied somebody in Tel, because on the live servers, me and a good friend and some other good friends, we have our own chat, so I have not replied to Tel, or I usually just click on the Tel panel and just reply them individually there. Alright. We got Lord Midichlorian. Hello, he says, I saw this in SWTOR, which was the first MMO I played regularly. They removed it like everybody. I missed the ability to make more personal and roleplay build. Lord Midichlorian, I assume you're talking about the trait trees, yeah? Yeah, I mean, everybody will have their own thing with the trait trees, but yeah, I really do miss that sense of, you know, personalization with the build. Because back then you could... And again, this is just off experience, because I do main a support class, which is a captain, way back prior to trait trees. So if there were 3 cappies in my Morse raid group, all 3 of us would be doing something different. So I'd have a hybrid of DPS, buffs, heals. There's one cappy that's going to go all DPS or whatever. I mean, everybody's build for a cappy was somewhat different back in the day, and that's what made it special. These days, you're either red, blue, or yellow, you know? But, oh well, times change, times change. Okay, scroll up some more. Mill says, bring back old classic Lotro, please. We got Kiros Wolf says, hi there. Hello, Kiros Wolf. Alexis Ayala, he says, what is your main class and tank any good? I do apologize, that's my alarm clock. Alarm for my phone that's telling me it's 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning. But Alexis, my main class here on the Anor server is the Hunter, and I'm playing the Hunter because I have not played a Hunter in years. On the live servers, it's a Captain. And are tanks any good? Are you asking which classes are good tanks? Obviously, Guardians, hands down. I think Guardians are, you know, hands down the best tank class in LOTRO. There was a period in time when Wardens got up to a really good point where, you know, people would look at Wardens and like, yeah, we want to have one Guardian and one Warden, and, you know, the way that we could trade off threat management was superb. There was a point in time when Wardens were highly coveted, because we could pull a room and we could do T2C challenges in a way that Minstrels didn't really have to keep an eye on us all the time. And then it got to a point when Wardens, over the last 3 or 4 years, where Wardens just became second fiddle, you know? Everybody just wanted Guardians and Wardens just couldn't do it anymore. But back in the day, it's also because Wardens are a more advanced class, because you have to memorize your gambits, and it's very situational. You have to know what you're doing and when to do it, more importantly. And other people have to be aware of what you can do as a Warden as well. For those of you that remember, I think the skill is called Dusk Before Dawn, which was your power skill. Way back in the day, you could only do that when you're at half health and below. So when you're at half health and you're out of power, and if you don't have a lore master in the group to restore your power, and you're waiting to pull off that skill, and a minstrel heals you, that means you can't use that power skill. So you're like, damn it, minstrel, I was keeping myself at the 50% so that I could get a heal. So all these things used to come into play, and the Warden was kind of special that way. And then it's just sort of lost that magical touch over the years. But there was something somebody said to me a long time ago when I was playing my Warden that stuck with me, is that, you know, to be a good guard, you can close an eye and play, because guards are super easy. They're very straightforward class. You just tank and spank. Threat management is really easy if you're on play tank. But if you want to be, or the quote was, you have to be a decent player to be a great Guardian tank. But you have to be an excellent, highly efficient player to be a great Warden tank. There's a difference in skill there between playing a Guardian and a Warden, so that's the old Warden, though. I'm not sure, because on live servers, I rarely do endgame content these days because I'm moving around games so much. So I can't really say how viable Wardens are going to be. But because this is a fresh start server and Shadows of Angmar is level 50, I think Wardens may get some love on this server. I don't know. I don't even know if, you know, class changes and balances that affect the live servers are going to be affecting the Norse server. So all these things we'll have to wait and see.
Greetings.
Okay, so this is everything we asked for. All right, good. Here you go. Give me that XP.
Can I speak with you a moment?
So the spiders have... I think it's missing a letter there. Yeah, it's missing the L. The spiders have let my work hands and Druid and me and Holly out of our home. So now we're gonna go and help, you know, take this guy's home back. Let's go do that. Can also turn in my other quests real quick. So now I think we're starting to see a lot more people come in, which is good. So hopefully some of you guys that were in the queue are now getting out of the queue and into the game.
How can I be of service?
A diseased boars are taken care of. Give me that bow. Thank you. Alright, checking in chat some more. We have Lotro in chat. It says, hey Adrian, thanks for streaming. Cordovan. Hey Cord, thanks for dropping by, and yeah, I'm happy to be back, I suppose, back in early Lotro again. This is nostalgia for me. And yeah, I was gonna do this and check it out, so thanks for dropping by, Cord. Traveling Reader says, oops, no links. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Live stream, for some reason YouTube doesn't allow links, and I haven't turned that option off because in the past I've gotten some really weird link spam in chat, so unfortunately I have to keep it that way. Alright, good, it is done. Those men died bravely, I'm sure. Now, before you leave, there's something I must tell you. A queer man came through Archet while you're away, and I believe he was looking for you. Oh.
Greetings.
So, somebody came looking for me, and, okay, we have to go to Combe now, and this is a level 8 quest. I am 2 levels below, so I'm gonna go and turn in some of the other quests here, just to make sure I'm keeping up with the level. So this is kind of a different experience, because on the live servers, after doing a lot of these side quests, I'd usually be either over-leveled or unleveled for the content, even with the boosts that I have on, which I stupidly got rid of, which was this. I got rid of it, so I lost maybe 25% XP. Oh my god. I forgot about that. It scales with you, so there's no reason for me to put on the cloak. So I am behind on XP, but after doing a couple of these quests, I should be alright to move on.
Greetings.
Okay, so what are we doing now? We're looking for Bali, who entered a cave. He has not returned, and this cave has spiders. Yay. Deed bestowed. Good. That's what I'm talking about. These are virtues for those of you that are Lotro first-timers. Completing a deed will award you with different things. Empathy. Here, let me open up that real quick. So this is where you look for your virtue traits. You will see a whole bunch of them, and all of these do different things. They give you all kinds of stat bonuses, and you can have 5 at once, and these unlock over time with more levels, so these are something that you definitely want to be grinding deeds for. Like, that's the official term, grinding deeds, because it will be a grind, trust me.
Would you do something for me?
Alright, working with wood has always been my trade, so go and collect my toolbox, please. But watch out for that boar. The crazy boar. Yep, I remember that. So I'm gonna go do the cave one, because I always like doing that cave, because I have a specific system. Because of so many years of playing, of knowing exactly where the things are. So I'm gonna head back to that cave real quick. Right, let's check it and chat some more. Breeway, hello Breeway, says, how should it bring people together when you can't even get into the server after 3 hours? Yes, that is... See, the whole queue thing, you can call it either not being prepared or, you know, not having the foresight to anticipate how many people are going to come back or are going to play. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm gonna kill this thing real quick. Yeah, some of these spiders, like, some of them don't have aggro ranges, some of them do. Oh, look, tremendous. What are you? A Bjorning. Just drop by to help a friendly hunter get rid of it. Thank you. Also, somebody in-game chat, let me see, Dermin says, great stream, Adrian, keep it up. Thank you, Dermin, appreciate it. So, for the person that was going to play the Bjorning, that's what the Bjorning can do. It can turn into a bear, which is kind of cool. Let's see if he does it again. Come on, Tremendous, get into bear mode. No, he killed the spider too fast. Yeah, kind of odd, because I've never re-rolled and played the early levels again while the new class was still in effect, so... my Bjorning, when I was leveling it, I was just power leveling so much that I didn't stop and, you know, take into stock. Or there wasn't other players that are doing the same thing I was doing, so... Kind of nice seeing the early areas populated, I suppose. So here's Bali's corpse. So Atli's friend, unfortunately, is not 6 feet under yet, but he's definitely dead. And he's got missing journal pages in there that has got some interesting details. So let's go ahead, get into the cave, grab those pages. Check in chat some more. We got Thomas in chat. Hi, Thomas. It says, hi, Adrian. Now when the game is going old style, is the crafting back to old school too? Thomas, no, it is not. Crafting, for those of you that don't know, crafting was simplified or unified a long time ago, and that's the same thing that they're going to use, so it's not going to change. Some will argue that's better because it's less of a headache now to try and, you know, because you had all these materials and then sub-materials that you needed to, you know, progress or whatever. They got rid of a lot of that, so. Here's the first cocoon. And now we can make our way around. Oh, you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to meeting the Sarah Oakhart, y'all. Those that know that name, Sarah Oakhart. I'm not sure if I can get to her tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for. I'm probably going to knock out at 6 a.m. It's just like another 2 hours. So I'm literally pulling an all-nighter here. Oh, look at that. He disappeared. But both of us were practically wearing the same armor. Okay, so stealth simply means burglar. So we have a burglar in front of us, which is one of the most underrated and underused classes in Lord of the Rings Online over the past like 4 or 5 years. In 2011, when the Rise of Isengard expansion came out, you guys will probably remember the Drygok raid, because that was what it was all about, man. Drygok. Big dragon, and a fun fight that required burglars to do fun things, and you know, you saw a spike in burglar numbers because of that expansion, and then after that it just died off. So I just got a notification. I just got my first trait point at level 7. So I'm going to put into, let's see what we got here. Impact arrows, 1% increase in range damage, and the other one does what? 5% increase in damage for skills that consume focus, which are basically my heavy hitting skills like penetration shot, because that consumes focus. Ooh, decisions. I'm going to go with that one. And obviously the more points you spend down, on the left side you'll see this thing go down, and it's going to hit all these passive stuff. That's just going to unlock more, you know, good stuff. Good. More people in here. That means getting to the cocoons will be easy peasy. And as usual, I'm the hunter. So hopefully, I was letting the Cappy tank there. So good to see Cappies. Show Cappy some love. I may not be playing on my Cappy right now, but I'm a big advocate for Cappies, so good to see more Cappies. In fact, if the leveling is going to be, you know, a decent experience, I may end up just leveling my main Cappy here anyway. Because when I started playing LOTRO, I really missed out on the Angmar experience, because when I started playing LOTRO, it was in the Mines of Moria period, so people were still going back and running Angmar stuff, but everything was about Mines of Moria, that cluster. You know, the Watcher, and a whole bunch of stuff. I was running Grand Stairs every freaking day for no reason. Even when I got the things that I needed, I was still running Grand Stairs anyway, because it was fun, and that was all people wanted to do. GS farm. So that's the period when I joined LOTRO, so I missed out on a lot of that early Angmar goodness, so this server is going to be a cool way for me to experience that again. So unfortunately, I've overshot 2 journal pages, and I'm now going to have to backtrack. Because there's 2 journal pages that I missed. Oop. I hear like a earthquake in the background, and that's the champion. Champions got updated to have this new skill that whenever they fire that off, every player in the vicinity will hear it go off. It's a pretty cool thing. It's annoying for everybody else, but you know, it makes champions feel good. I'm going to do my little trick here of hitting the delete key, which highlights the nearest interactable object, which is very handy for those of you that are struggling to find things. Okay. Last cocoon. I need to try and remember where this one is now. As they say, follow the crowd. Oh, I found it. So it's on the other side. I'm pretty blocked off by spiders now. There it is. And done. So for returning players, you'll notice now on my quest log, you see this little mithril icon there that that Mines of Moria kind of intro. This simply means you can automatically port back to the quest giver to turn this in. Now, why would that be an important thing to point out? It's simply because, you know, if you want to spend on mithril coins, you can just port back instantly, and that's going to cost 1 mithril coin instead of having to run back manually. So that means, for those of you wondering, hey, if I got a lot of money and or if I have a lot of LOTRO points stashed up because I'm a lifetime subscriber and I haven't played for 5 years or whatever, you can definitely spend money the right way on this server if your objective is to rush to the level cap, which again beats the whole purpose of playing on a fresh start server like this. But again, your prerogative. But you can definitely make things quicker by porting here and there, buying all these XP boosts. I keep seeing people running around on horses, and then I just remembered that I can actually get my horse too, because I have one of those things where I have account-wide horses. So now, let's ride some horses, shall we? I have the Hammerhand horse. I can't remember which expansion this was for. I also have the ROR horses, or the ROI horses. The Gap, there we go. Yep, so that was Isengard horses. So I've got all the horses now. Now riding's gonna be fun. Case there we go. Case your skill page, mounts, and then just drag a horse down to your favorite hotkey. And yep, there you go. No more running around as a hunter. I can't believe I forgot about that. That's one of the things I was supposed to do once I finished the intro tutorial and completely slipped my mind. That happens a lot when you stream, guys. You think of doing something and completely forget. So Bali's gone, but he left some journal pages, and what does he have to say?
Come and stay a moment.
The journal pages say that there is a hidden monstrosity under the tunnels leading out to the new house, or the house that we went to that I came back out of. It's called Earknife. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and I know with LOTRO there's going to be lots of, you know, lore gurus and language experts that absolutely know how to pronounce some of these words in Sindarin or, you know, things like that. So if you want to correct me on streams like this, go ahead. It's for my benefit too. I will definitely pronounce things wrong in my streams. So we're going back to get Earknife. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but back in the day you would get Earknife's head as a like a trophy, I think. Or something like that. Like, it was a cool reward for killing this mini boss. I would call it a mini boss right now. And what's going to be interesting is, because it's new, there's going to be lots of players in the area doing the same thing. I want to see what the respawn timer on Earknife is, because it's just been so long since a lot of people was just crowding around an early level boss to take it down. And that is one of the pros of for a server like this. It's just going through the experience again of seeing, you know, crowded areas, everybody doing the same thing. I mean, good times, I suppose. Oh, look, there's a kin already up called Legacy of Anor. Nice. Which sounds familiar, by the way. I'm interested to see if any of my old kins come back. Hey, in chat, guys, what is your original server? Even well, before the consolidations, what is your original server? Which servers were you on? I am originally from the Riddermark server, Riddermark represent, which is now dead, so rest in peace. Oh, there we go. That's Earknife. Wow, what happened to Earknife? She got small. I honestly remember her being this giant spider. I used to remember her being way bigger than that. Okay, I'm getting hit by one of her minions here. I'm going to have to kite this one. But it's open tapping, so that simply means everybody in the area, as long as we tap her. Yep, we got her. So Earknife is dead. And now we just got to kill a spawn. Alright, so there should be a reward for killing her. There we go. Earknife's head. Exactly how I remembered it. Oh, it doesn't do anything. It's just a trophy. Damn. I remember there being a helm reward or something like that. But there's going to be cool things out there, especially in Angmar, if I remember correctly, where you could hunt, elite monsters traveling, and you can get, even before Angmar, you can get trophies or corpses from these animals, like bears and wolves, and you can then go visit a taxidermist and turn that into a housing decoration, because for those that don't know, Lord of the Rings Online does have a pretty... It's not the most robust housing system out there for MMORPGs. Like, if you want to compare that to games like Wildstar, which is going to be shutting down end of this month, rest in peace Wildstar, or Rift Dimension system. But the housing system in LOTRO is pretty good. There's lots of hooks. They've updated it to be a little bit more modern. So there's going to be places for you to hang up like cool wall decorations of trophies of monsters you've killed and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to do that again, because now I have to start my house collection from fresh. I gotta go, do all these things again. Now I got a smile back in my face because it's good. It's good times. It's good times. Lord of the Rings. For those wondering why, Lord of the Rings is my first MMORPG. It's my first, so I've always had this connection to it. I always come back for new content, even though I review other games from time to time. But it's good to be back, and this one really does feel like a homecoming, as I said on my Facebook page. All right, let's check in chat. I've been ignoring you guys for quite some time now. We got Menthy in chat saying, in world chat, they are saying server is full, and they will be opening another server tomorrow. Did you guys get that? Menthy said that apparently they're opening another server tomorrow. That's interesting. So that's what I was kind of wondering about. Like, what technology does Standing Stone Games have at the moment? In my head, I was kind of thinking, if they were bold to, if they were going to try this server, do they have technology where they can, on the fly, just add more capacity, or is it going to have to be a little old school where, okay, we need a second server, So, in a way, 2 servers obviously means more people can join in. My concern with that, and this has got nothing to do with the amount of people coming in, is that you open up more servers, and then in 3 and 4 and 5 months, when activity starts dying down, because it's going to take a while for new content to come in, because of opening up new servers, there could be an issue with ghost town servers, and I've seen this happen to other games. And then in the end, it's more beneficial to have, less amount of servers, which from the player base side of view absolutely sucks to hear, because we all want to play. We all want to be on servers playing. From a developer's point of view, double-edged sword. Shit. More money? Do we open more servers and risk having, dead servers in a few months when things die down? So more modern games have servers like Amazon's one, where they can extend the capacity and reduce it at will, so it's elastic based on the amount of players on. But that's a lot of money. That's modern tech. SSG can only work with what they got, right? So let's turn this in.
Well met.
Okay, so we killed a monster. I owe you a great dap. Yes, you do. And we're going to get our nice head. There we go. 7 vitality. Vitality is your basic, health stat. I need agility for a hunter. And I still need to clean my damn bags because it's a mess. But that's going to take forever on stream. And I don't want to bore you guys with all that admin work. So now that I'm level 7, I just need a couple of quests and I should be good to go. Alright, let's check in chat some more. I'm going to read from the most current chat and work my way down. Marcus in chat. Hey, Marcus. He says, hey, Adrian, this is what I meant with my comment a couple of days ago. While the quest flow might be better in the revamped zones, the lack of group elite content is a huge downer. Which is a good point. I mean, from my memory, there's always going to be like roaming elite mobs out on the landscape. Way back in the day, like if I go to... Oops, what was that? Walter White just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Walter White. Isn't that Breaking Bad's Walter White? Cool. Hey, thanks for the sub. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the stream. What was I going to say? Yeah, there's going to be these elite mobs roaming around. So I believe in Chetwood, which is a place that we'll be visiting soon, there's going to be like an elite warg. And you can tell it's an elite mob because... if you look at its portrait, it's going to be glowing and rainbowy, and that simply means it's going to be harder to kill. You cannot solo that, especially at an early level. So I hope things like that still exist, and especially when you get to Angmar, I believe you're going to see a lot of that. And because I don't think there's anybody at level 50 or whatever, so we don't actually know just how much SSG has tweaked the difficulty for that area, so we can't tell. Okay, so that is a mad board that I needed to kill to get the builder's box, but somebody else just pulled it away. Oh, never mind. It's back. It's back for me. It came back. So now I'm going to do something I've never done before. We just lay down a trap. I've never played a hunter, like, trappy stuff. So I'm just going to play traps and kite this guy around and see if this is a viable way to play. Wow, I'm absolutely hitting, like... This is like a wet tissue paper. Come on, hunter. Pull your weight. Okay, there we go. Let's get that toolbox and let's get out of here. Hey, check in chat some more. We got BN in chat. What up, BN? He says, is Fornost still split up? Oh, they sort of unified everything a couple of years. Oh, no, not a couple of years. You know, way back then. So I think it's gonna stay that way. I could be wrong though, because so far from what I've seen, they brought back old quests, even in the tutorials. I wonder if that's a sign of things to come. I can't be sure. But I know there's going to be people calling for the old Fornost version where it's, you know, unabridged. It's like saying that for an audiobook. The unabridged version of Fornost, which is what a lot of players want, because it sort of brought you back to a time when doing a dungeon cluster took hours and hours and hours. These days, not sure if that's possible or not. We'll have to wait and see.
Would you do something for me?
Awesome. So here's my crafting quest to go talk to Roderick Carver in the city of Combe. Town of Combe, which we'll be going to real quick. So I want to turn this in.
Hello there.
You have my thanks. You're welcome. Simple. Yay. Damn it. What's the old thing that LOTRO took away now? Traveling rations? I miss traveling rations. I have like a stack of them in my live server vault, which is pretty fun. Right, so I asked you guys what servers were you on, right? So let's see who's representing who. We got Baradhor says Estelle, Jake Sikic says Gladden, beta player, nice. We have Wigga. Wigga and I were in Rittermark for a very long time, alongside Chris, who's also on Ritter, and Menti as well, Ritter. So we were all one big Ritter family until that went away. Just Daniel says Crick Hollow, one of the lucky guys. Crick Hollow did not get terminated. Traveling Reader says Eldar. Nice. EU Eldar, huh? Yeah, that's cool.
Can I speak with you a moment?
So, cool. Chris says, yes, finally in. Nice one. Did you restart the launcher or did you just wait in queue? Alright, so we're going to go to the Combe Lumber Yard now because Archet, as you can see, is burned down. So we're going to need a supply of wood from somewhere to help this town build back up, right? So we're going to go to Combe now. Where is that? It's down south. Yep, down south. I have a problem reading the old map. We're going down there some more, so we're expanding out, guys. We're leaving Archet for good. Hey, for what it's worth, I haven't been back to Archet in maybe 4 years or 5 years, so this entire experience here on stream of just doing this entire thing again has been fun. Okay, see you, Lobies. I'm out of here. We're going to Combe. Opening up my inventory now. So, Crystal of Remembrance is here. This is interesting because we won't be getting legendary items until the Mines of Moria expansion comes out, right, for the Anor server. So, I'm just going to keep that in my bank or something. I'm not going to use that, obviously. My mounted steed stuff. So, all these things are mounted combat cosmetics, which are also in my bags right now. So, that simply means it will show up eventually. I know there were people celebrating about that in the video that I put out regarding the server being a thing, and people are like, yes, no allies, yes, no mounted combat. It will come, it's just not here at launch. But yeah. Oh, BN says, can you go to the character panel? I want to see what it looks like. Wait, here you go. That's the character panel. You have all your stats here on the right. You can rotate, you can, drag and drop stuff. You can also check out your titles if you want to. You can write your biography and just say cool things. Like in the last, well, when the thing with LOTRO players is we use our bio section to post our favorite quotes from chat. So if someone said something funny in raid chat, would paste it there. Or if we, reach a certain rank in PvP or kill somebody, we put it there. But for role players, this is the spot where they give your characters backgrounds and everything. So, yeah, pretty good. Elb with the talent game. Gotcha, Elb. I see that you're in game. Congratulations, man. Yeah, so people are finally getting in. Those of you that are still stuck in queue, hanging tight, you guys will get in eventually. This is the little town of Combe, which is also pretty memorable because it does have some pretty memorable quests, as far as I'm concerned, or my memory serves me right. So the first thing to do is go to the Stable Master. For those that don't know, this is how you travel around the Lord of the Rings Online. You're going to have to use these horses to get around. And, hey, you know what? I can actually go to Bree right now. So in the old days, if my memory serves me right, you had to manually go somewhere first and unlock the Stable Master before you could connect the points, right? Then you could take a horse ride. It doesn't look like it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take a 5-minute break. We'll take a ride to Bree. Let's see the population there because I want to go to my vault as well. Bree is the main town. Bree's the main town where, you know, you'll have all your vaults and banks and all that stuff. Trading house, auction house, and things of that nature. And even today in live services where people can hang out. So while we ride, I will now use this opportunity to check in on chat. Lord Midichlorian says, ooh, a text to show those who examine. Biography or description, though. When you examine another player, as long as they're not Anon... Okay, let's see. I just got 8 on. So when you click on him and you click inspect, you get to see a lot of things. You can see his inventory. You can see his bio. So he doesn't have anything right now. But, oh, that's the leader of the Lonely Mountain Band. Hey, now. Lonely Mountain Band, or LMB for short, is a bunch of awesome people on the Landreville server who put together lots of events and music events and stuff like that. So I just found the leader of the Lonely Mountain Band. Sheer luck. I just right-clicked on someone and inspected them. So that's what you can see as well. You can see what guild or kinship, as it's known here in LOTRO, they belong to. You can also see their legendary items, which is interesting. But yeah, basically, this is how you stalk people. Use it wisely, guys. Don't use it to stalk people the wrong way. But again, this is an MMO, so things like that do happen. Jason Cardo says, LOTRO OG here. What is this and how can I get on it? This is a fresh start server. Everybody, it launched like 3 hours ago, and it's brand new. Everybody's leveling to the level cap of 50, which is where this server caps at. Shadows of Angmar content. And every 4 months, the cap is going to increase. More content's going to come. And we don't have allies in here yet. There's no mountain combat in here yet. So it's a nostalgia server. It's not a classic server. And it is a subscription-only server, Mr. Jason. Hope that answers your question. Marcus says, how do skill trees look in this version? I kind of showed that off earlier, but here I'm going to put it up again. So these are skill trees, or your class trait trees, I should say. You just pick a color and go with it. This has been here since 2013. We were having a discussion about wanting the old one back. We're not going to get it. So Jason says, I need this so badly. What are you waiting for, Jason? We got Pennyworth in chat. Hello, Pennyworth. Pennyworth says, Mount weren't possible before level 30. The map needed to be explored. Instances took hours, and yet I love it. Those were the days when LOTRO... I mean, to a certain degree, LOTRO felt rewarding because it was challenging back then. Like, the first time I got my horse, you guys that played it at the time got it at level 30. When I was playing it, it was level 20. Hit level 20, then you got to go to the Bree riding fields, which is way up here in the Bree fields here. And over here, there's going to be a quest giver that wanted you to do a little race around the track. And if you pass that test, you get your riding skill. So all that is, I don't even know if that's in the game anymore, because you can just get the leveling skill right out of the tutorial. I bypassed that, obviously, because I bought a lot of pre-ordered stuff, and that's one of the benefits of, you know, buying or pre-purchasing stuff. So what I'm doing, guys, real quick, is inventory management. That simply means everything that I'm not using is going straight into my bank here. Because, as you can see, I have a lot of crap from playing over the years. Anniversary boxes, expansion stuff, 7-year gift box, Mordor collector's edition item. What else we got in here? War Sheet cosmetic. What's this? Armor of the Hammerhand, Crystal of Remembrance. And this is a gift pack. I'll just keep that. And this is another writing skill. I've got 2 writing traits for some reason that I get on every new character, so I'm not going to use this. I'm going to destroy that. I can't trade that, obviously, because that is a account-bound thing. And what's this? 5-year gift box. Gift of the Eldors. This is level 75 cloaks with stats. They do not skill, so I don't have a use for it. All these cosmetic stuff that I'm never going to use. And finally was the 6-year gift box. Deed Slayer. Yep, Deed Slayer boost. And yeah, that's it. So now the cool thing is they have a sort feature now. The new LOTRO inventory. And I'm going to show you a tip real quick. Back in the day, LOTRO didn't have this feature, which was to, for those of you that prefer it this way, is to condense all your bags into one big bag. I used to use a plugin called Huge Bag. It's called Huge Bag. It's no longer needed because that little edit button, you can just drag all these other bags into here and make it one big bag. And I really prefer it this way. Obviously, this is subjective to you. But it just makes things so much easier for me. So now, when I open my bag, I can only open that and just see that. And when you sort it, it's just nice and clean, super easy for me to use. Now, for those that haven't seen it, I'm going to show you the cosmetic system real quick. So in your character sheet panel thing here, you go into cosmetic outfits. And right off the bat, I have 5 unlocked. I think free-to-play players, or if you haven't bought any additional, you only get 2 or 3. But I got 5 because I bought a few over the years. So whatever you've unlocked in the live servers carries forward here to the Anor server, so keep that in mind. Don't worry about buying stuff like that. So outfit 1, because I had the mech starter bundle, I'm going to use the mech starter bundle outfit thing. So that simply means dragging and dropping it into your cosmetic slots like that. And voila, there you go. And now I can safely destroy this, which I'm going to do. And don't worry about destroying cosmetics because you can do a command. I think it's /claim or /reclaim, and everything that you're supposed to get when you create a new character, you'll get it back again. But it doesn't work for like XP boosts, so you can't cheat. And that is it. And now I can wear that, and here we go. That is me in my cosmetic. That's the system in a nutshell. It's just pretty good. Now, Bree so far has been pretty empty from what I see. This is usually the best hangout spot, especially when there's endgame content, which is not going to be needed because the 2 relic masters are here, the bank was in there, and the trading house is in there as well. So this was a hot spot. We won't be needing this for a couple of weeks, I believe, because everybody's now leveling up. So let's go back to Combe.
What do you need?
And if you're wondering why are we only seeing humans and hobbits, it's because dwarves and elves have their own starter area. So they're coming up from the northwest side. They're going to be making their way down into Bree. So there's going to be a point, maybe level 10 or so, when all the races will converge in the questing area, which is going to be here, Bree. Or I should say, what's this area called? Breeland. And then we'll go down to the Lone Lands, and then come back up for North Down. So it really depends on what quest specs you have unlocked. I guess I'll talk about that in a very different stream, I suppose. Anyway, checking in chat real quick. Lady Irene says, interesting, they did keep the update of Bree, and yeah, customization with outfits are pretty good in this game. Yeah, that's right, I forgot to mention that. Bree got a major revamp a few years ago. I keep saying a couple of years ago, it's not accurate. But Bree got a revamp. Bree got a facelift as well. I like the newer Bree because it comes with some pretty cute quests, like a turtle quest or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but yeah. We got Mohawk says, anyone knows when PvP is coming? Oh, Mohawk. I'm a PvP nut, a PvMP nut. Don't get your hopes up is all I'm saying. I don't know. They say no PvMP at launch. And the good thing about a statement like that is it's open-ended. We won't know if PvMP is coming or not, but I hope it does. Because that will mean I will re-roll my Cappy and I will PvMP here with some real old friends, and hopefully they come back too.
Speak with you a moment?
Right, mourning the dead. I'm sorry, your mind is miles away. So during the Black Wolves raid on Archet, this person lost another person. So we're going to talk to Constable Ren and see what we can do about taking care of. Yeah, there's a lot of quests here. Yeah, I should definitely be hitting level 10 soon.
Will you help me?
Reconnecting ties. Pardon me, do you think I could take up some of your time? We lived in Archet till recently. And, yes. So one of her sons has run off. And, I know where he went. I'm not going to spoil it. So, yes, we'll talk to Constable Ren. Constable Ren is a pretty popular figure in the early levels. and he will have a part to play in the opening prologue quests as well. So we are now going in and we're going to look for Elizabeth Honeymead. There we go.
Hello there.
Oh my, look here, a real live hero. Yeah, this is pretty funny because I didn't do much at the time, and you know, you're already regarded as a hero. We're going to talk to Thoradon because he has a clue, or he is a ranger, and he really wants to talk to you. This is the suspicious, mysterious person that the person back in Archet was alluding to. Ooh, Talos. May Talos guide you. For those of you that know your Elder Scrolls. Alright, Thoradon. What do you got?
What can I do for you?
I'm pleased to finally meet you. I'm sorry for the cryptic summons, but I dare not betray my whereabouts just to anyone. There's much we need to discuss. Will you hear me? Of course.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Ah, level 8. Sweet. So now we got collections, and come check out collections. Pressing Shift C. Ah, that's right. Collections are new as well. So real quick, this is new for LOTRO. Shift C opens up this pretty decent collections panel that will show you a list of all collectible pets in game and mounts as well. Like everything will, it takes a while to load obviously because there's a ton of them. So it shows you all your mounts that you can have. So for example, if you want to see what the Yule festival is like, click on that. Now you can preview it, and you can even rotate the horse in this panel itself. This is it's a good quality of life feature that LOTRO added, and you can also, I guess, from here just drag the scale. Yep, so from here you can drag it and drop it in your hotbar as well. So this is really handy. All your list of emotes, I believe. Yes. Oh wow, I've got a lot of emotes. Good. Can I use my Gondor ones? Because you do, for those that play the recent content, like if you finish the Gondor chain leading up to Mordor, you do get the sword banner Gondor. I wonder if that's here. You know what? The only way to do it is to actually / banner Gondor. Oh, I'm not able to use it yet. So I guess it's not unlocked. Or maybe it's unlocked per character, not per account. So, hey.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Alright, so let's see. My kindred, the Rangers, were driven from the bounds of the Shire by the Nazgul of Mordor. They pursued us eastward, and all this is happening really at the same time at the start of the Lord of the Rings, or the Fellowship of the Ring, I should say, when this is after, I suppose, Gandalf and Frodo finds out what the real identity of the ring is, or what the ring is. And then Sauron sends his servants to come to the Shire, and I think we're at that same point. I could be wrong, though, but this is where we're at, so we're going to see some parallels, but we're not going to be bumping into them until much later. So we're going to go talk to Constable Underhill to do something about this brigands once more, so let's go. See, the one thing about old LOTRO was, when somebody dinged, people would say congrats, you know? So this person just dinged, I'd just say congrats. Just trying to bring back that old LOTRO spirit, because that was the LOTRO days in the past. I'd be doing something, I'd ding, and whoever was beside me, even though we're just hanging around town, it's like, congrats. That's the old... It's not just for LOTRO, it's for MMOs in general. I think the social aspect of MMORPGs are on the decline. As many of you have pointed out to me, and I sort of agree, because I've become more of a solo player, so this affects me a lot as well, you know? Especially in games these days, you know, you forming dungeons, making groups, systems are in place for you to get in and get out as quick as possible with minimal people interaction for two reasons. Because it's timely, it takes a lot of time to get people together, and secondly, we're at a point where the communities can be toxic. So games these days are more concerned about, yeah, let's just get them through the content and get them out fast. Whereas in the old days, you know, MMOs, it felt like a journey. It was a journey together, so you take the effort and time to get to know people, make friendships, especially with classes that you know you needed to get through certain content. Those days are long gone.
How do you do? Okay,
search a Black Wold or Recruits pack, because it will have a letter or parchment. Maybe it will have some orders from someone higher up. So now we're trying to find out who's actually in charge or controlling these brigands. That's our next task in this comb area, and at the same time, all these other quests is, oh, look at that. So that kite is pretty modern, so that's in the game right now. So I'm sure a lot of old players will be wondering, what the is that? And where do I get one? Those come from, I don't know, festivals. I think you can buy some from the store too. Hell, in fact, even I may have some kites here and there. I just need to figure out where do I get it. Let's see, kite. Damn it, come on, I must have kites. Don't let me down now. I had a ton of kites on my live server. Damn it, can't find any. Oh, wait, they're under pets. I don't have any. That's not right. I have a ton. Oh, well. No matter. What do you got? Constable, Sage Fort. So 2 more quests. The thing about LOTRO's quest log is it's only going to show you a certain number of quests. I think 5 maximum. So I'm going to overload that by picking up a bunch of quests here. Alright, unbait debts. Blackwood Brigands are in the run. Collect a Blackwold lockbox. Will do. And what's the other quest? Blackwold valuables. Yeah, so this ones are going to be sending me into the Blackwolds, which are basically the Brigands area, to try and bring back valuables and things of that nature. So, lots of killing involved. Lots of players around. Tat Pickthorn, another quest. Keep them coming.
Don't know if you can help me.
Alright, so find the hanging tree, because apparently there's treasure that we can dig up, and he's put an X in the area, so good. Thank you very much for sharing that information with me. I will go dig up your treasure. And I believe I've picked up every quest in the area. Let us now go and do... I suppose I'll go do the hanging tree, because that's the nearest to me. Ah, there's another question here. Wow. I'm just being overloaded. I forgot that, you know, this area just overloads you with quests. And because of the type of player I've become in today's day and age, I'm the type that will pick up everything available to me and then go do them either systematically or not. So I'll just pick up whatever. I believe this is going to be the crafting introduction to crafting quest. Uh-oh, I'm stuck in a loading screen. For those of you that have watched my U23 Where Dragons Dwell live stream, you guys will know what this means. This means that I'm about to lose connection to the server. And then I'm going to have to get back in game again. So I'm going to use this opportunity to catch in chat real quick and see what you guys are saying. Walter White says, I'm downloading the game right now and the client really needs an update. Gotta download each file one by one instead of a pack and then decompress. It's one of those things, definitely. Launcher definitely needs an upgrade. 64-bit client, please, in the future. And there's a whole lot of things. Traveling Reader says, finally got in. Awesome. Mohawk says, yes, grats. Thank you. Marcus says, yep, the Destiny expansion is available to play this weekend for free. Oh, yeah, Destiny's free until the 14th or 18th for those that want that. We got John says, why do you wear yellow construction glasses? Laughing my ass off. These aren't construction glasses. These are computer glasses that gets rid of the blue light. So I can sit here for hours and hours and not get tired of it. If you've never heard of a gaming glass, look it up because it really protects your eyes. I spend easily 10 plus hours in front of a computer monitor any day because I'm a freelance writer and I do all this YouTube stuff and Twitch stuff. So I want to keep side of my 2020 vision, so this is one way for me to protect that. The brand is Gunners. I'm not endorsed by them, but I think they're the best ones out there. I've tried a lot. So yeah, I may look weird wearing yellow glasses, but it's for my own good. And if you did not know that, look them up. Computer glasses, gaming glasses, Gunners especially. Gunners good. Okay, moving up some more. Lord Midichlorian says, now at 235, guess it begins with the biggest files. Yeah, it will take a while to download, that's for sure. Kaneda says lag has never changed. Lady Irene says interesting. Okay, read that already. Jared says go to the server. There we go. Connection to the server has been lost. Okay, let's do this again, and hopefully there isn't a queue. So this is the second time tonight that I've been playing, and I got disconnected for either just hanging around the area or something like that. Come on, let's roll. Second time to charm. Updating files, patch data files. Really? This happens all the time. I don't know why. If anybody has this experience where every time you open up the launcher, it seems to keep on downloading the same like splash screens for other languages for, I don't know, some reason, even though I already have it, it still wants to download the splash screens or the wallpapers. I don't know what it is, but it always happens. Okay, let's see. Jason says, is there more? Yeah, I think I already answered that, but no, there is no PvMP at launch, even though it may come in the future. We do not know. Jason says, sub only breaks my heart. Yeah, I hear you, but they gotta make money somewhere, eh? Wiga says, Old Fornos was terrible. I have nightmares about it to this day. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. I guess I would too if I were to do it today, based on the amount of commitment needed. Jared says, are experience cash items in the new service like the back item? Yes, there are XP boosters, but stuff like the shield, I didn't see a way for you to buy it outright, so you pretty much had to have pre-ordered the expansion which it came from, which is Riders of Rohan, to get that. And I think I'm all caught up. Oh no, we got Funk still in chat. Is that German? Sorry. I'm gonna try and read it, but I'm gonna need someone to translate that for me. Ganz toll, ich kann mich nicht mehr einloggen wegen Überflung. I think I just offended half of Germany there, but yeah, I'm not sure what you meant there. Sorry. Hope somebody else can answer your question. Tom Van Swam says, do you have to travel to the raid spots, or is the Fellowship Finder still in? I'm forgetting my hotkeys. What is the instance finder? Damn it. Let's just do it old school. Filters, hobby presence, traits, maps, quest logs, deeds, social, character, crafting, inventory, system. Oh, nope. There used to be a specific hotkey for instances. If you guys know, please point it out. What's the hotkey for opening the instance finder? Is it Control J? Shift J? Shift J? No. Shift K? No. Shift L? No. Control L? No, it's quest log. Control K? Control J? H, Control Y, no. It's one of those, but doesn't appear to have an instance finder at the moment. So this was the crafting quest, right? Yeah, okay, you know what, screw that. I'm not going to do crafting. I'm not going to be touching crafting at all this server. Unless, you know, I can't, like, find a proper weapon or anything. Oh, please don't tell me I'm going to crash again, or DC again. Come on. So it looks like going through this building door is a bad luck thing for me. Which simply means that every time I go through a door, it looks like I'm going to be disconnected from the servers, which is an absolute shit, crappy thing to happen. Come on! Oh dear. Well, I have you and you have me, so let's catch up to what you guys are saying in chat. Menti says, per the GM, some you will have to travel to find. So it's gonna be old school, which I think it wasn't even on live servers. Like if the new cluster, a new dungeon comes out, you'll always have to travel to it first to discover the place, or have a deed that says you have discovered the, you know, the name of this dungeon or whatever before you could eventually open it up. So I think that's not going to change. Just Daniel says, first at the right from the toolbar. Red Snake says social. Okay, I'll give that a shot whenever I get back in. Because I remember live, I did have a specific hotkey to bring up this, you know, the finder, and then you can look at all the 3 different tabs, specific, skirmish, and you know, one of the other ones. Alice says, wonder if the second legendary server will go to max capacity too. It really depends on how popular it is. Is anyone still in queue? Is anyone right now watching in chat that is still in queue right now? I guess the real indicator will be tonight for you guys, which will be in about 3 hours or so. I mean, it's 5 in the morning for me here, so I can't really tell. But if by tonight, for those of you in the United States, if there's still a queue, then yeah, I guess a second server is a good idea. Lord Midichlorian says, "Ha, that image of the loading screen has Aragon with the look of a stoner." I did not notice that. So, Graspy says, not sure about elsewhere in the world, but in the U.S., yellow glass like those are used in construction. Good to know. And those aren't those more like goggles or anything? I'm not gonna pretend to know anything about construction, but you know, gaming glasses, they come in two varieties. You've got the amber color, which is strictly for blue light, and the white color is strictly for color gradients for designers, those of you that use Photoshop and things like that. And simply put, I've done a lot of research before investing in one of these glasses because they're not cheap. So, yeah, construction worker. Tumba says you can skip the download of the splash screen. That's good to know. I will do some research on that later. And yeah, that's it. Alice says, how many of you guys will go to the second legendary server tomorrow? And there's a lot of people who says yes, yes, yes. Wait, what's all the yes for? Is the yes saying that you guys are still in queue or what? Let me know. I'll input my password for the third time. Ah, it's frustrating. I'm never going through another door again. Yeah, it does appear that people are indeed still in queue, huh? Jack says in chat that the in-game world chat says the queue is hitting 5K. Mohawk says Abendim. Ellis says it's on the forums. They are adding a second server tomorrow called Ithor. Just down says Abendim 2. Jonathan says 2 additional legendary servers. Wait, so there's... Wait. Hang on, guys. How many servers now? Is it... So Avendim is another server. So there's Avendim's going to be the second legendary server. So total 3 legendary servers. Ooh, this is where I worry for Standing Stone Games as somebody in the middle, because too many, and I think they're going to be shooting themselves in the foot. Like I said earlier in the stream, like 4 or 5 months down the line, one of those servers, if they can if they're planning to consolidate later on, then good. If not, then this could be a bad thing. Unless, of course, they do in fact bring back a substantial, and I mean, when I say substantial, I mean a substantial 30,000 or more subscribers back, which is a very high number to hit. If they can bring that back, then 4 or 5 servers maybe. We got Red Snake in chat says, I spent too much money on my character to restart this game. Over. You're not actually restarting, Red Snake. You'll still have your live characters. It's just that now you have a different way to experience it again, and then you can just jump back, because inevitably you will hit a point on this server when there's nothing more to do because the new level cap hasn't come, or Mines of More is going to take 4 months or whatever. So it's down to you. There's absolutely no reason to jump on this server if you do not want to. And, you know, right now there's going to be a lot of hype surrounding it. People like me are playing it, other people playing it. For me, my personal reasons are, I've been here for a long time. I'm nostalgic to see the early parts again. I missed the Angmar experience completely, so this is a way for me to experience that.
Greetings.
Okay, Mourning the Dead. So we're going to go collect a fishing pole. Why is that? Oh, Gale's lost a fishing pole, so we're going to get Gale's fishing pole. Copy that. And what's the other one? Reconnecting ties, right?
What can I do for you?
Okay, Cobble Woodwright, who was the son of the mother back there in Combe, has, according to this constable, joined up with the bandits, the Blackwall. So we're gonna go try and talk him out of being a naughty boy, which never ends well in whatever game you're playing in. But I'm really here for the Hanging Tree, which is just down there. And it's raining in Middle-earth. It's a rainy day. Hanging Tree's just down there somewhere. Okay, checking in chat some more. Mosley, hello. Mosley says, I know this is sub only, but is it also pay to win in the cash shop? Actually, is there even a cash shop? Yep, the cash shop is in here. You can buy experience boosts and all that stuff. Now, pay to win will really come down to, are you competitive? Do you want to be the first to be on, to hit level 50? If so, then you've lost anyway, because everybody will have a head start with the XP boost and stuff like the shield and the Darude stone and things like that. If you're talking about PvMP, there's no PvMP, so I don't think LOTRO has leaderboards for world firsts or anything like that, so You know, if you're upset about people paying for XP boosts, you know, then it's totally, that's, what's the word I'm looking forward to? I mean, that's natural, I suppose. It's normal, you know. But I don't think, from what I've seen so far in World Chat, like, I haven't seen any outrage about that. Because in comparison, like I said earlier in the stream, like, other servers usually don't have that. So, yeah. I got a title here. So I finally found that pickaxe. I'm going to hold on to that, and I'm going to go do all the others in like a big circle, and then come back and turn everything in. So it's easier for me. At least I think it's easier, because I can't remember what I used to do in terms of how... Because I had a systematic way of completing all the quests together. Because this is the closest thing you'll come to a traditional quest hub crawl, where a bunch of quests will have you kill or fetch or talk to people in one specific area. So I'm gonna try and get everything done here. So here's the bridge into the Chatwood Lumber Camp, which looks different, kinda. No, it's the same. It's just that there's a lot of people here. That's why it kind of looks different. But that's Taylor Green over there, and we got Old Bauman here. I believe this quest, based off memory, the reward is a sausage. Let's see if I'm right. This is purely based on memory now, but I remember this old man because of the sausage.
I don't know
if
you can help me.
Pork sausage. That's how many times I've done this freaking quest over the years on all my alts to remember pork sausages. Okay, so what's this? Collect Sally's chain, level 9. Sally lost her chain because the brigands took it from her, so they stole her chain. We're gonna get it back for you. No problem. Ooh, something in the mail from Traveler. Okay, hang on, Traveler. I'll get back to you in a sec. I just want to move the stream along. Here's Taylor Green. Okay, Archet's woes did not escape us here at Combe. We too are suffering, and it's good what error's doing. So let's turn this in. What's the continuation of that?
Stay a moment.
Wolves. Okay, Combe has always relied on this lumber, but wolves nearby, so lumberjacks don't want to go out and cut wood because wolves. Copy that. Summarizing 101.
Take a moment of your time.
Poskel's uncle, Filbert Burrows. So Filbert is somewhere down there, and obviously he's the uncle of this Posco dude. So he's got a thing for adventure, and he's missing. Hasn't reported back, I suppose. So go look for him and make sure it's all right. Copy that. So what is that? 12, 13 quests now, all in this area. Oh, this is what lag looks like in Lord of the Rings Online, when you see a bunch of people just riding in position. Oh, that means I'm screwed. That means I'm gonna go too. Yeah, that guy just stopped in position, so that means I'm stopped in position too. So this is another DC. I'm gonna be disconnected really soon here. So servers are definitely acting up. Because, I mean, it's 5 in the morning for me, but I guess now it's like super prime time for everywhere else, right? Everybody's coming back from work and trying to log in. And there you go. DC number 3 tonight. So what's going to happen here, guys, is I'm going to be trying this one more time. I'm going to be, trying to get this through another time. But if I DC again, then I'm probably going to call it a night. And play this on my own time. And I will... For those of you wondering, is there going to be a review for the Anor server? Yes, there will be a review. But also keep in mind, for those that don't want MMORPG stuff or want to see something else, I'll be jumping into Fallout 76 on launch day. And no live stream, no video, whatever. It's going to be a Let's Play series, which is the first. I've never done a Let's Play before, so that one's going to be fun. But of course, all the other MMO stuff in between. I'm also playing, Terra, I'm playing Aeon. So, November is going to be a super awesome month because I've got so much games to cover. Not just for my channel, but for work as well, because I write as a freelance video game journalist here. So, we've got Warframe hitting Nintendo Switch on the 20th of November. What else is coming out? Battlefield 5 at the end of the month, even though I'm not covering that. What else? Yeah, Pokemon, the Pikachu and Eevee one's coming out as well, and yes, I will be playing that because I'm... So, yeah, I've got my plate full. I have no idea where I'm going to find the time to progress in all these games. Alright, checking in on chat real quick. Eagle Warrior says, US is 4 p.m. Yeah, so it's 4 p.m. Eastern because I know Eastern is 1 hour behind. Not 1 hour behind. Eastern is about 13 hours behind here in Malaysia, Southeast Asia, so it's gonna be prime time in the West. Moak says Fallout 76. Yes, Moak, I am gonna be checking out Fallout 76. Red Snake says, how is Aeon in 2018? So I recently jumped into the Aeon 6.0, which is called Awakened Legacy, where they revamped a lot of things in the game. The leveling is so mainstream now, you can earn so much XP. If you just played the tutorial out until like half an hour, you'll be like level 20 plus. It's been made almost like a single player game now, like you don't rely on others a lot. And the questing is, they got rid of a lot of trivial quests, so a bunch of quests prior to the tutorial has all been removed. So I'm still making my way through. It's fun so far, but it's also a dated game. It hasn't really done much to the graphics and things like that. Moak says, yes, the server overloaded. It appears so because I'm not loading at all. You can see that my loading bar isn't moving. Red Snake says they have a server problem on the website too. It is crashing. So I guess everybody's crashing across the board then, if the website is going to. Oh well. Let's give it another minute here. Mr. Z Majojode says, I can't even log in. Yeah, if you're in a queue, then that's what everybody's going through or had to go through to get into the server. Very popular. If we're looking from a bigger picture tonight, this has been a success. It's been a success for Standing Start Games because I don't think they were expecting this sort of reception, really, or maybe they did, and they just wanted to make sure that they hit a certain cap before they committed to opening up a new server. Red Snake says, and those stats points are buy with real cash only. You're talking about stat domes, right? Yeah, stat domes are things you can buy from the cash shop, even on the live servers, to boost up your primary stats, might, vitality, agility, all that stuff, fate. Very handy, I suppose. I mean, if you're referring to that as pay to win, then it's a fair point. On the other side of the argument, what exactly are you winning? PvMP is, these days at least, is PvMP on live servers now is just BS because it's just not what it used to be. So Red Snake says, I bought all of my character. We got Dragon Spheres. Hello, Dragon Spheres. Good to see you. Dragon Spheres, how's your day? My day is going to end. It's 5 in the morning. I've stayed up all night trying to get into the server. I thought I was going to get in at 1 a.m. my time, which would be 12 noon Eastern. I ended up waiting until almost 2 a.m. in the morning because I was in queue, and I, did the whole relogging thing about 49, 50 times, and I finally got in, and it was going well. It was going well, but now I think we've hit a bit of a problem. Mosley says, oh, I answered that already. Just Daniel says, we were talking about our favorite region, not about new servers. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, Just Daniel. I misunderstood that because I read the message saying they added a new server. And, reading off the name, I thought Avendim and Ethel or whatever was a new server. Jack says, the more servers, the more dangerous it'll get for SSG unless they consolidate. That is... Yes. That's exactly what I said. Alice says, all the turbine put on their forums is Ethor. John says, no. Graspy says, I played LOTRO for 2 years as a sub, and I never get to level cap, so I won't be anywhere near this server. In fact, these servers, I think, is a decent alternative, because on the live servers, Graspy, you would have to get all the way to like 120 now. So that's a longer bar for you to reach, whereas on the server, it's only level 50. And you'll be around people at level 50 as well, so you've got all the people to run things with. So that's something to consider. It's a shorter goalpost, or it's a smaller goalpost, really. Okay, so I've been here trying to get in for... there we go. I was waiting for this to happen. So connection has been lost. One last time. If I can't get in, calling it a night. It's been a fun stream so far. I've been having fun coming back to LOTRO, checking it out, seeing all the players in the early zones, the nostalgia. Hope it's been entertaining for you guys, even though we've seen the disconnect screen a couple of times. And of course, thanks so much for hanging out with me here. I appreciate the company, and I love talking to you guys. We got Arv in chat. Hello, Arv. What up, Arf? Arf says, Havel, time to go back in time, bro. You bet. I'm already here. I'm already on it, and I'm level 9 at the moment. But because of how popular the server is, I'm crashing, I'm DCing, and I bet other people are DCing too. There's a login queue, and the contingency plan from Standing Stone Games is they're going to open. Oh, I'm back in queue. I am back in queue. So I'm back to square one. You must wait. I'm in position 4,408. I'm just going to close that, open it up again. Let's see if my trick worked the first few times. I'm going to try it for a couple more times and see if my trick works or not. And that way I can definitely validate to you guys that closing the launcher and restarting it actually works. So in the meantime, for those of you that are still here, and if you're not too bored of me just chatting and not seeing any gameplay, hey, I want to know what your favorite thing about Lord of the Rings Online is. For those of you that do play LOTRO, what is your favorite feature about Lord of the Rings Online? What keeps you coming back? What keeps you playing LOTRO? So while I wait here to see what my position is, okay, it's gone down to 4-3 now, so I've just lost 100, so I'm going to keep doing this again. I'll do this for like 5 minutes, because I'm determined to get back in. I mean, shit, I've already got the coffee. I'm half awake, even though I'm just like 5 in the morning. Neil Hanton has just subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you, Neil. Appreciate the sub. Thank you for the support. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this dead stream. Unfortunately, you guys are not seeing anything because I'm in queue. Red Snake said, are you sure the servers are not getting hacked? I'm pretty sure they're... Hey, if there's any LOTRO staff or LOTRO partners or anybody working for LOTRO and SSG, I'm so sorry to say this, but there are other better games to hack if there's anything worth hacking. But you know, I've seen other games that you know, when something goes wrong, the first thing that they do is they blame a DDoS or a DDoS or DDoS that that's what causes, you know, these things. But SSG is not one of them, so. This is legit. A lot of people are trying to get in. Okay, checking in chat. Tom. Hey, Tom. What up, man? He says, oh my god, it's live today. Mary Dole. Mary do, mi hearty. Good to see you, Tom. Yeah, it went live at about 12 noon Eastern. So, what is that? 4 hours ago. And I've been on it for a good 3 hours. Unfortunately, now I'm paying the price for playing. And I'm stuck in queue. Come on. 4343 says going up again. So instead of just having a blank screen, I wanted to put up like some fun stuff in the background, but copyright. I can't do it from here. Okay, so I'm gonna check your chat real quick. Ducky McDuckfist says mounted combat is my favorite part. That's a joke. That's gotta be a joke. I mean, I'm not gonna bash you if you really love mounted combat, but that has to be a joke. Just Daniel says probably the storyline, but I hate it when NPCs tell you to go to others and come back hundreds of times. Hashtag Elrond. Yeah, I know what you mean. Story's been great. I mean, I always come back for the stories the same way that I probably will in the future, because I'm curious to see what happens after the Black Book of Mordor and seeing what happens after the Ring and all that good stuff. Manthi says, you can close, and if you have opening more than one game, then keep opening more than one browser. Ooh, okay. Interesting tip. Tom says, do I need to do anything special? Just click the server from the list. Just click the server from the list. You should see the Anor option there. But again, I warn you, it's a long queue. I'm in the 4,000s. So I probably won't be on until tomorrow again. We got Rebello in chat. Rebello says, mini flop skill can get entire raids killed with that. I have heard that happening. I've not seen that happening. Most of my experience with mini flops have always been in the Moors, because I've run with some awesome minis. Look your back, TR says, I love they don't have European servers. I know, you folks in the EU, you guys got shafted. I mean, unfortunately, there's no EU server for this. So all of you guys, all of us will be on the same server. It's great, really, for, I guess, for putting people together, but unfortunately, you know, paying and all that stuff. DD says, do you have to be a VIP to play Legendary? Yes, you need to have a subscription. Look Your Back says, in the meantime, we are working to get a second Legendary server. So tomorrow is the second Legendary server. Look, even though I've already started on one server, if the second server is going to be better in terms of queue times, I'll probably re-roll on the second server. To me, it doesn't matter. I just want to get in and get some footage so that I can make my review video. I can get my review out, have some fun. Eagle Gaming says they'll add another server soon. Mosey says, where are the servers located then? USA. Exact location? Can't remember. I know SSG is based in Boston. If I'm not mistaken. It could be wrong. Tim D says, so sad, just cannot get in. Jealous of you that you did. Oh, don't be. I mean, even though I got like 2 hours out of it, it's still pretty frustrating, to be honest. But, you know, the experience is pretty good, and hopefully the stream, you know, helped you guys see whether or not this is something that you guys want to be involved in or come back for. And, yeah, I'm at 4130 now, so it is getting lower, but I suppose I can only do that trick once. So this is going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to call it a night here and go to bed, or force myself to go to bed, or I don't know what I'm going to do, because I had a lot of coffee and I pulled an all-nighter to stream tonight. But I suppose I will go do something else. And hang on, I got more people in chat saying stuff. Lil of Laurelin says, if you have problems logging in, launch several LOTRO launchers and keep logging in. There's no queue, but launcher thinks there is, so some players are in a wait. Hey now. Let's do that. The thing is, I'm playing from Steam though, so I can't remember what the maximum amount of launchers I have. Let's try that. Yes, I know it's already running. Just do as I say. Be a good boy. Right. Look Your Back says they will also be offering limited free character transfers between the servers. So that's between the Anor server and the Ithil server when it comes up tomorrow. So that's good news. So hey, I don't have to reroll. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. So far, I guess I'll wrap it up with some final thoughts. I'm just gonna try it one time now. I'm trying to log in both of them, 2 launchers at the same time. Yeah, still in queue. So I guess I'll call it a night. Lord Midichlorian says, thanks for the stream and good content you make. Have fun dreams. Thank you, Lord Midichlorian. Appreciate that. So that's going to be it from me, you guys. I am out of here. To everybody in chat that have stayed and watched the stream and talked about LOTRO or MMOs in general, hey, I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate the support and the company. And those of you still in queue, hey, keep trying what you can do to get in game. And when you get in game, have fun. As for me, like I said, I plan to review this. I'll put out a video for this, and those of you that are maybe watching this for the first time, you're wondering, you know, who the hell are you and what do you do? Hey, check out my channel. I make MMO reviews for all kinds of games and content. So if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You might like the content. If not, then it's okay. And that's it for me, you guys. I am out of here. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys soon. All right, happy weekend. Later all.